stand at the top is to write your name in Indian sporting history. This is a ABP Creations project, and you are watching the DP World PGTI Tour.
In history, and a stage set for elite golf. Welcome to Kolkata as the second edition of the Coal India Open tees off. Defending champion Anga Chima returns to defend his crown against a fierce pack of players that include Order of Merit leader Saptak Talwar, Veer Alawat, Om Prakash Chauhan, last week champion Kalin Joshi at the iconic Tollygunge club alongside a host of international stars and Kolkata's homegrown heroes. Backing this premier event is title sponsor Coal India Limited, the world's single largest coal producer, empowering the nation's energy grid while continuing its unwavering commitment to Indian sporting excellence. Supported by tour umbrella partner DP World alongside a stellar lineup of tour partners, the stage is officially set for world-class golf. With a 1 crore rupees purse on the line and crucial Order of Merit points up for grabs, every drive, chip, and putt matters on this par 70 layout. Tight fairways, strategic hazard placement, and nerve-testing greens. 4 rounds of relentless edge-of-your-seat golf will decide who lifts the Coal India Open trophy.
Good morning, Kolkata, and it was indeed a very good morning. And in fact, me and our in-house media expert over here, Nikhil Kalan, were very tempted to start on this show wearing our sunglasses on, but everything here in Kolkata for the last 3 days have been coming in with a caveat. That is what exactly is happening on the course as well and up in the heavens as well, which is why we are coming in with our AI weatherman to give us an hour-by-hour update over here. So that's our AI weatherman. Although there's sun right now, but it's still drizzling, as you can see on the screen, and which is why our AI weatherman is not ditching his umbrella at any point of time. It is expected to drizzle a bit at 11, 12 and 1, but you can see the temperatures over here pretty hot. The humidity is also pretty high, but there will always be a drizzle on, and we will have to wait and see as to how much it impacts the course and the style of play. But as we are saying, with the changing weathers and fortunes are also changing on the golf course, and we have our overnight leader Jamal Hussain under severe pressure from Kshitij Navedkar, Shubham Jaglan and Akshay Sharma. But before we talk into the specifics with Nikhil over here, let's look at our focus group over here. We've got our focus group, which is group number 17, and we have given you an innovative group meeting. We're enjoying Rasgulla OP Chauhan, that's group number 18, enjoying their Rasagullas in front of Victoria Memorial, just to give a taste of Kolkata to everyone. And of course, we also have our leader group, which have teed off from the first tee. Remember, it's a shotgun start, and there they are, enjoying, Jamal enjoying his Rasagulla. Will he enjoy the end result as well, is what we have to wait and see. Nikhil, your thoughts?
Absolutely, very innovative graphics there, Vivek. Very good morning to you and to all our viewers. It's drizzling again. We had a slight drizzle yesterday, but the weather gods obliged and we were lucky to get in 2 rounds. So a tournament is on now. We will have a winner come what may. But yes, like you said, it's a tight leaderboard, and Shubham Jaglan is now tied for the lead at the top. 11 under total through 7 holes, -3 for the day. He's tied with Jamal, who's also 11 under, 1 over. He dropped a bogey on that stretch, famous stretch, the 3rd, 4th, 5th. You got to watch out there. If you can play par on that stretch, things could turn out well for you.
Yeah, even our cameraman will have to watch out for Shubham Jaglan, because it's a shotgun start, so we may not end on the 18th green. We might have to end on the first green, Nikhil, is it?
That's right. Since it's a shotgun start today, in order to save time and, just keep that possibility of finishing in time in case the rain comes. All the groups started from different tees this morning, and the last 2 groups went from T1, third last from tee number 2. That means that group will finish on the first. So you better watch out with your camera team, Vivek. If
I know
that group works some magic and we have a tight leaderboard, anything can happen. You will have to cover them on the first, finishing on the first.
Yeah, Nikhil doesn't make my job any easier. I'm not going to make his job any easier as well when I put him into a series of questions right after this. Nikhil, just talk about Jamal Hussain versus Shubham Jaglan. One young kid, one the most experienced guy, the most consistent on the DP World Tour, if I have to say about Jamal.
That's right. Experience on Jamal's side and youthful exuberance on the side of Shubham Jaglan, who's been our qualifying school champion this year. Went and played college golf in America, has had a lot of exposure there playing college golf, and he's been India's #1 junior. He's done very well at the amateur level. We've literally been seeing him since he was 9 or 10 years old. He's a child prodigy. So a lot to look forward to from this youngster from Haryana, and his father is always on the bag with him, encouraging him. So he's been knocking on the door. He's come close to winning on the tour, but maybe this is his opportunity. And Jamal, as I told you, he's won here before, and he feels at home because he's from neighboring Bangladesh. He speaks the same language, and he was a tad lucky yesterday. On the 18th, he said, I gained momentum after the 18th when I made par there.
I just cannot forget our post-show conversation yesterday, and Nikhil was gunning for Jamal, but there's another couple of people who are gunning for title over here. We're talking about Kshitij Navidkar, and we're also talking about Akshay Sharma, a winner on this tour this year.
Absolutely. Kshitij, a bit unfortunate, started off with that double bogey. Otherwise, he's still very much in the competition. And Akshay Sharma, a winner earlier this year, you can never keep him out. Very consistent, like you said, just like Jamal. But adding one thing about Jamal, yesterday, 18th, his ball was almost going out of bounds. His tee shot rebounded off the boundary, came back. That's the kind of luck you need, and he made par over there. And he said, that is where I gained momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. You need a lot of luck over here, and it was pretty unlucky for one of our cameramen who got stuck on the foot by the ball. So everything happening here at the Tollygunge golf course, and as we are speaking, the sun is out again, and we don't need any umbrellas. But like I said, it is expected to drizzle at 11, 12, 1, and we have to just wait and see as to how this particular play unfolds. But I'm not going to leave Nikhil without his prediction, not about the weather, but about the outcome, Nikhil.
Well, it's a tough one. You're putting me on the spot again.
Absolutely.
As I said last week, I am not a betting man, but I think it could be between the top 3 at the moment. Saptak is in there as well, so top 4. Shubham, Jamal, Akshay and Saptak, anyone's game.
We've forgotten Saptak to mention about Saptak over here. He's been quietly and steadily climbing up the leaderboard over here in this tournament.
Absolutely, he's been quietly and steadily climbing up the leaderboard, and he's been as consistent as he's been this season, so can't count him out. He'll be looking to make more gains on that order of merit race.
So we'll have to wait and see as to who parties tonight, but we know that Nikhil was there for a party yesterday night because the Pro-Am winners were felicitated in this Coal India Open 2026. A quick word, Nikhil, on the sponsors and the Pro-Am event that went yesterday.
Well, Coal India Open, headquartered here in Kolkata. A big shout out to them for supporting this event for the 2nd year in succession, celebrating 50 years of fueling the nation. And like I said, like our brave miners dig deep into the earth to mine coal, it's time for our players to dig deep into their reserves today to pull out their best performances and come out trumps.
So we'll wait and see as to who digs the trophy out from the Tollygunge club over here. It's now back to the commentators for the live action.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the final day's play from Kolkata for the Coal India Open 2026. I'm your host Shaurya Singh alongside my co-hosts Rahul Bajaj and Mr. Rahul Banerjee. I'm flanked by 2 Rahuls on either side, and at this point in time it seems like Jamal Hussain, the leader, is flanked by Shubham Jaglan and Saptak Talwar. It's not going to be easy to win this tournament. It's been a truncated event, with the 3rd day being the final day today. And on your screens is Ajitesh Sandhu, the man from Chandigarh. The lad is 8 under par, 4 behind, biting at the heels. It's been quite the week. The cut was applied at 1 over par. We had inclement weather. While we have a look at Ajitesh unleashing on this par 5, which has been easy pickings thus far. Unique golf course here in Kolkata, the Tollygunge Club, a lot of history, and somebody will be looking to add their name to the list of wanted winners of this tournament. Rahul, what are your thoughts? It's been fantastic. Well, we have a look at Om Prakash Chauhan, former number one. And I'd say if you are a betting man, he's safe as a house.
Well, good morning, everyone. It, of course, is going to be an absolutely interesting day. We've already seen enough of movers and shakers happening atop this leaderboard. Jamal, of course, sticking around at even par, and Shubham Jaglan and Saptak Talwar bringing on the heat on the golf course. Both players at 3 under par for the day and at a pair of 11 under, which keeps them only one shot away from Jamal Hussain. And looking at the form that these gentlemen have been keeping, it is going to be a tough fight. And right behind them is Akshay Sharma from Chandigarh and Kshitij Naved Kaul at 10 under par. Anand Singh Alawat here on the 10th hole.
Coming up rather short from that rough. And that's been, dare I say, the last line of defense for this club. It's played rather short into the hands of the modern players who are really long off the tee. The greens have been rather benign owing to the rain. They're at 8. Otherwise, the greens are a lot quicker. They're lightning fast, but they're really true. So due to these factors, it's made it rather easy. But of course, it's never too easy as we have a look at Shubham Jaglan. The America returned already with 2 runner-up and a 3rd place finish. He's just waiting for that victory. Prodigious talent. He'll have to utilize all of that to get this close. This is a very difficult shot. Downhill, right, left lie, and anything can happen from here. Anything, but not this time. He's hit an excellent shot from there. Brilliant execution. Getting it to within 10 feet from there is no easy feat, I tell you.
Absolutely. And I think, don't you think coming off the rough for Anand Singh Alawat and placing himself in the middle of the green rather than going for a flag at the back, because you can't quite judge what the ball is going to do coming in from the rough. It could come out like a flyer, a jumper, and end up having too much roll on the balls. Is perhaps a prudent approach to leave yourself in the middle of the green and give yourself a chance with the flat stick.
Exciting group, this one. We'll allow it.
Incidentally, Shubham Jaglan and Saptak Talwar, both the players have made an eagle on the 7th hole. And that is the contributor to their catapulting force towards the leader, Jamal Hussain.
I think there's one thing you take away is that how these players are able to dominate the par 5s. You give them anywhere where they get an iron, and especially with the length they hit it. And of course, not just the length. What I've seen is that they're really good off the tee. They're hitting it straight as well. In days of yore, you used to say, where are the long hitters? The woods are full of them. It's not quite true now. These guys hit it long, and they also hit it straight. So then it's very difficult for a golf course to try and safeguard an under par round. It's going to yield one time or the other. As we have a look at this putt by Alawat. Oh, it's 20 feet there.
Well, certainly, and Shaurya, it's in the world of professional golf, it's nearly blasphemous to not pick a shot at a par 5. So, those are the 4 holes that a player always wants to get a birdie on, and rest, of course, a couple of short par 4s if they find some. And then there are definitely going to be at least 3 or 4 daunting holes on the course just to even it out. And Anand Singh Alawat leaving that one about a foot extra short of the hole.
Yeah, Anand Singh unfortunately got off to that really shaky start. Dropping shots, having a double bogey and 1 over par. And mind you, today the format is a little different. It's a shotgun start. So everybody tees off at the same time from different tees. So they all say that adapting to change is really important in professional sport. And today they've been tested. Change is the only constant, and especially on the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India.
Let's see, Veer Alawat makes this putt over here after measuring every yard that he could. Seems like it's going to break a fair bit from the right to the left. Greens are rolling at about a speed of 8, and no trouble here for Veer Alawat. All the calculations have paid off.
And this tournament wouldn't have been possible without the support of Coal India, their leadership, not just in the power domain, but even now getting into sport, where around 70% of the total electricity is coal-based. Coal India empowers the nation's power sector. And Coal India's supplies to the power sector exceed 80% of the entire coal supply. Of course, we do owe a debt of gratitude to them. While we have a look at Shubham Jaglan, this would be some birdie from there. I think he's been working on that short game. He looks a lot sharper. He's the epitome of the modern golfer, is Shubham Jaglan. It looks like he missed it a little bit on the underside. A little bit of an under read there. We'll have to make do with a par. You know, I think on a hole like this, in hole number 7, the 2 par 5s here, the shorter par 5s, the drive sets up the birdie even on hole number 13. Your job is well done if you can just get the ball in the fairway. You're virtually guaranteed a birdie if you can get it to around 290, 300.
Certainly, let's take a look now at Anand Singhalavat coming in all the way from Chandigarh. He's had quite the amateur career, and a long one at that. No trouble here. 2-putt par.
Let's have a look at some of the other players, how they're doing, while OP waits patiently. Not quite certain what kind of lie he's drawn. Om Prakash Chauhan, former number 1 player, hailing from Mao with 12 victories under his belt. Still a lot of golf to be played. He's, I'd say, in the purple patch of his career. They say the late 30s. Now, of course, these adages don't hold true. Normally, they used to say that 40 is a time when golfers really mature and play well. Of course, the maturation process has become rather hastened. You see 18, 20-year-olds not holding back. But, you know, I see whenever you see a little bit, dare I say, charge of the old guard, it's sort of heartening to see.
And for all of you who are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this tournament has been reduced to 3 rounds, which is 54 holes. Today is the final round of this tournament, and players have moved into the final round in a shotgun start, owing to all the rains in Calcutta. Ajitesh Sandhu on our screens now on hole number 10, hitting his second shot.
Yeah, if there was a golfer who's made for television, it's this one. All the lines are perfect. The setup, I'd say even down to the last grimace. Let's see how he does here. Going with the fairway metal. The hole is playing a little longer than usual. Look at that. Always composed, always holding that finish. Let's see where this ball lines up.
He's given it a whack slightly towards the right of the green over here. Cut was applied at this tournament at a score of 1 over par for 36 holes. 57 players made it through into the final day.
Ajitesh, great amateur career. Played in America, the collegiate system, and then all over the world. He's also played on the Japanese tour, a lot on the Asian tour. I think now it's very improved a lot, very consistent and consistently low. Has a penchant for shooting low numbers. Has also gained distance of the tee. Now gets it to almost about 280 in the air. And he's in the fairway each and every time. Very good golfer. And also was the winning captain of the recently concluded, the inaugural league, 72 the league. So got leadership qualities as well, I'd say. And Om Prakash Chauhan walks with purpose. As you go back to hole number 11, the par 3, Shubham would be looking to hit this close. A missing birdie on hole number 10. And that is all right, but we'll have to navigate that tricky lie from there.
On the 11th, 175-yard par 3. Coming up now is Anand Singhalavat, also playing alongside Veer Alawat. Veer, of course, applies a lot of his trade in Europe.
The flag all the way back on the center of the green, 26 from the front, so effectively playing to about 180, 183 yards off the tee. And it's playing a little longer than usual. You got humidity. Ball travels not as much as it does normally. Right at the back of the green. Probably a 7-iron for these players from that yardage, and that's a brilliant shot right there, getting it pin high. They say that true barometer, a test for if a player is a good ball striker, is keeping it pin high. The quality of the strike, how true it is each and every time. And that is hole number 7, I reckon, Rahul, and the 8th, the par 3.
Absolutely stunning conditions here at the Tollygunge Club in the heart of Calcutta. Of course, one of the iconic golf courses of the country. It certainly has a lot of tough holes and a lot of scoring opportunities as well. But the rough is certainly its defense, as mentioned by Shaurya a few moments ago. That is Kalin Joshi, the victor from last week, coming up with that chip shot to well within puttable distance.
The best score thus far today is 3 under par. The youngster Karthik Singh, Shaurya Bhattacharya as well, 3 under through 12 holes. And then you have Shubham Jaglan and Saptak Talwar, 3 under par. In view is hole number 13, the par 5. You have to take advantage of the par 5s here, Rahul. Really do play into the hands of good ball strikers here. Hole number 14, 15, birdie opportunities aplenty.
Well, not so much though in these conditions though, right? Because the ball's not traveling as far owing to all the wetlands that have been created by the rains. But that also opens up another opportunity to be able to spin up on close. Although some of the reachable holes like the 14th, don't really stay as reachable as they would be on a harder day. Looking at Mohammad Azhar now from Hyderabad.
I have a question for you while we look at Mohammad Azhar. So these kind of conditions, who would they tend to favor? You tend to favor a person who can get more carry because there'll be no roll and he can attack the flags a lot more, or you're looking at your accuracy players who would feel a little shortchanged while we have a look at this putt should break from his right for MD Azhar. Well, he ready to perfection right there. So, Rahul, what do you think? Like, we're talking about medium hitters, they'd find that they've been a little hamstrung by the conditions. The ball doesn't travel that much in the air.
At this point, your question is absolutely valid, and my instinct would say the person who is more accurate is the one who will survive better. But if you look, and owing also to the Tollygunge Golf Club in itself, it's not the longest golf course on the planet, but it is demanding in terms of accuracy. But if I look at the leaderboard right now, it is peppered with all different types of players, and we'll get back to that while we take a look at Rashid Khan.
How do you feel about his chances? He's always there. This putt needs to go in and stay short. He's been agonizingly close for the entirety of the last 2 years, I'd say that he's always hanging in there, and on the final day he's contending. But that says a lot about the quality of his play.
Yeah, he's always there and thereabouts, and even on an off week you'll find Rashid somewhere around. Currently he is at a score of 8 under par for the tournament, 4 shots away. So he'll seriously have to bring out the real Rashid from inside of him to be able to catch up with the leader at this stage. And it's also very crowded up top. So mind you, no one is going to be playing it easy. Kalin Joshi.
What sort of number are we looking at that you need to post in order to try and secure victory here now? We only have 9 holes to go. I think it's that time of the day that we need to pick our winning horse. Of course, we're looking at one. A man who won the previous week. He's got the Midas touch, hasn't he? Kalin Joshi, now with this putt.
Kalin would stick around at 5 under par after that up and down. That is Saptak Talwar, currently number 1 on the order of merit here on the PGTI. Coming up from the rough here on the left side of the fairway on the 10th.
This rough definitely calls for strong wrists, and I think he definitely has them. Strong lad, Saptak Talwar. Really giving that a mighty whack. Wet, rough, and also sizable length. Oh, he's really been able to get that far from there. Shows you that He's been spending his time prudently in the weight room. OP reminds me of Alan Donald. He's white lightning. He's so quick. Doesn't take a second to hit those shots. And what a brilliant shot there by Om Prakash Chauhan.
Always true to form when it comes to the wedge. And bringing our viewers now, Rahul Banerjee.
Sandhu surveying his shot. Pin being right at the back gives them enough space. And the greens are pretty favorable. So that would be amenable to this shot. Can be a little more aggressive. Now we finally have a look at the leader, Jamal, teeing off on the back nine, hole number 10. Welcome, Mr. Banerjee. You know, Jamal is somebody who is rather unorthodox, but he's produced results time after time. He's Jamal. That AI work is rather nice. It makes you look nifty. I hope they can do that for the commentators as well.
Okay. Thank you, Shaurya. Thank you, Rahul. And a very warm hello to all our viewers, wherever in the world you may be. An interesting final day, as Rahul and Shaurya have been telling you. It's a shotgun start. So there's plenty of action all around the course.
Favors that speed and very consistent, pretty similar to Om Prakash Chauhan in that in the way that he strikes the ball. Sits down a little, reminiscent of Arnold Palmer in his peak. And we don't make those comparisons lightly. And yeah, beautifully done, right in the fairway. You see the ball is falling like a butterfly with sore legs, no roll. So it's all about the carry distance. Actually, the downfall has that strength in a plenty. Strong lad. Really uses the larger muscles of the body. Look at that golf swing. It's the modern swing, a little bit like Bryson DeChambeau. Also uses similar length clubs. Very meticulous. Can be called the scientist of Indian golf, of DP World, Professional Golf Tour of India, unleashing on the back nine.
What we've noticed so far is that it's critical to stay on the fairway. The moment you get into the rough, you are facing a bit of strife. So finding fairways off the tees, particularly like two commentators have made the point earlier that staying on the fairway is very, very important.
He gave that the full Sunday treatment. Unfortunately, that veered off target. Now he'll have to extricate himself from the rough. And we have a look at Saptak Talwar, who just moments ago we saw him chipping out, rather hitting from the rough and coming up a little short. Fairly comfortable angle to the flag. Should be able to get it within 10 feet from here. And their club face wide open. Looks like he's favoring the aerial route. And I think all things considered, that's a decent effort for him. Of course, he still have a 10-footer to contend with.
Well, certainly the softer greens will be of assistance today. Exactly, you've heard. Very true. They're running at about 8 on the stimp. But once you get on, you know that you can more or less trust your putt. You go for it. So, but again, accuracy of the tee is going to be probably the decisive factor today in today's play, Shaurya. It's the moment if you're on the short grass, I think you have a very, very good chance of being on in regulation and making gains from there.
You know, as they say, tournament is only decided on the back nine and Augusta on Sunday. This holds pretty true here as well.
Certainly making gains today have been Shubham Jaglan and Saptak Talwar, both 3 under par for the day, along with Shaurya Bhattacharya. Overnight leader Jamal Hussain has played some steady golf. He's dropped a couple of shots, got them back. 2 bogeys and 2 birdies in his opening 9 holes. And like we said, it's a shotgun start for today in an effort to make sure the rain gods play no further part in this already shortened tournament, which has been cut to 54 holes. Effectively, the 4th day of play has become the 3rd and final. It's become the last day, and it's only the 3rd round. But that's the way it goes. This is the monsoon season in India, and rains.
It's putt to tie the leader. And that's a hard-fought birdie. Well done. Saptak Talwar now moves into the lead alongside Jamal Hussain. Jamal will be feeling the pressure. You can see that the chasing pack is not going to let up. The back nine gives you so many opportunities, especially if you're a player of pedigree. You'll have birdie opportunities on 10, then 13, 14, 15, even 17. So the only holes you have to guard against are probably 11. 12 is a little tricky. But then again, you're going in with a shorter club, so realistically speaking, that's a birdie hole as well. And the flag is right at the front, so 12 as well is a birdie opportunity today. So I think you'll be looking to shoot at least a 3 under par on this back nine. Ajitesh Sandhu, after that effort, it's a good chip to get it up till here. Should break, looks fairly straightforward if anything. I thought it might break from the left, but it's a little bit of a break on the other side. Straight firm should do it for Ajitesh here. And makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He plays no fuss golf, doesn't he, Shaurya? There's never much of a flourish about what he does. It's very businesslike, it's very controlled, very composed.
You can't tell if it's a walk in the park or if it's businesses, the business end of things. That's something that I would say that youngsters can try and emulate. Om Prakash Chauhan, very assertive the way that he plays golf. Backs himself each and every time. Well done there. So that'll be that. This hole has yielded birdies for the entire group, and none of them, mind you, were on the surface. They were all able to make up and down. So it shows you that the short game needs to be tight as well. Now our leader Jamal, he sees that ahead of him, the challengers are in hot pursuit. Everybody has made birdie, and his ball seems to be nestled down. It's going to require a lot of strength. And yes, he does well. Let's see if he's been able to get that online. Talking to it. Pleading. Not quite sure where that has ended up. Jamal. Not the longest of the tee. I'd say he's pretty much middle of the pack.
Certainly, if nothing else, climatically and in terms of the course conditions, if this will be of very familiar conditions for Jamal.
Coming in from a good angle. Actually, I think he's left it short and left in the bunker, so he'll not be too pleased with that one. Now, going to the next hole. Sandhu currently sits at 8 under par. I'd say that's a little too far away, 12 under par, but you don't want to let up. Now he's at 9 under, my apologies, so it's 3 behind. He needs to make a birdie on one of these difficult holes, maybe 11. If he can make just one more birdie and get to double digits, I'd say that's game on. Because when you're leading, you know that chasing back is making birdies. Puts a little bit of pressure. Ajitesh Sandhu, only 37 years of age. And 7 victories under his belt. Repetition. And that's a brilliant shot. Sets himself up for another birdie, does Ajitesh.
It's going to be a tight race all the way, Shaurya. Just 4 shots covering the top 10 at the moment. Our leader, of course, is Jamal Hussain on 12 under par. He's looks to have find himself in a bit of trouble there. The second shot. Om Prakash Chauhan, former merit champion. Spent a year in Europe. Come back a much more rounded player. Currently 6 under par. He would also want to get a move on. These are lucrative tournaments. 1 crore of rupees of prize money available, and that's a very tidy looking launch.
And another good shot.
And a tidy finish as well, a tidy result. historic clubhouse. From our drone pilots, gave you a little view of a bird's eye or an eagle's eye view of this beautiful course. Not the longest, but heavily wooded, thick fairways, thick roughs just next to the fairways. Current order of merit leader Saptak Talwar now.
Saptak teeing it up left hand side, looking to hit from that setup appears a little bit of a draw, although that flag allows you to work it either way. It's in the center of the green. A little bit of a neck right at the back, so if you're going flag high, then you can't miss it on either side. That's why you'll see a lot of the good shots are coming up about 15 feet short. Players are wary of missing this green over it or on the left hand side. Let's see how he does. Well, no such worries for him. Has hit it right on the flag. What a beautiful shot. Brilliant shot by Saptak.
Finally, I think you can see a little bit of some signs that the sun is out after 3 days of almost non-stop rain. First signs of shadows appearing on the greens. Event leader Jamal pondering on what his next move should be. He seems to have recovered fairly well, Shaurya, from that rough that he found himself in, and he's about 30 odd yards off the green.
Yeah, he's very.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
For the past 50 years, we at Coal India have been shaping India's energy landscape and contributing to a brighter, greener tomorrow. We look forward to making every year of the next 50 years even more promising than the last.
New feels good. New feels good. So true. This new feels good.
Back to the action. Live feed 1, live feed 2. You can see hole number 10 and hole number 12. Veer Rawat has gotten off to a really nice start on 10, birding 10 and 11, while Anant misses his putt on 12. Jamal. We were having a discussion about Jamal's game, and one thing that, look at that, he's again stuffed it close. And goes unnoticed is his decision making. He's a very astute golfer.
Also, I'm sure his home conditions are very similar to what he finds here. Kurmitola and Tolly will not be very different in terms of the vegetation, the thickness, the rough, speed of the greens. So, and he said yesterday after his round that he looks at the Tolly as one of his home courses. So,
having a look at Kshitij now, his call. This is uncharted territory. He was on the left, had to chip out. He's chipped out on the 11th fairway. Now has to contend with those trees and coming out from the rough. That's a very difficult shot that he's left with. I think all things considered, he's done pretty well. Done rather well there.
Certainly the course will bite, Shaurya. I feel like we made this point. I think if you leave the fairways, it's going to be penal, and we are seeing that the result of that. Surprisingly, our order of merit leader Saptak double bogeyed on the 10th par 5, which is unusual. He was one of the steadiest of players, but this course can, for all its lack of length, can still punish you. It has teeth, as some of our players in the field are finding out.
Yeah, especially if you're errant. I think that's the thing. If you're modest off the tee, even then you'll perform. But if you're errant, I like these kind of golf courses. They sort of level the playing field. Otherwise, you just see it's a bomb and gouge. And I think that's also comes from the fact that I'm a medium hitter, so you always are smarting at the fact that people who've been blessed with 300 yard plus drives, and you often think that life is easier on that side. But no, golfing gods are equally fair. And talking about golfing gods, let's welcome in Rahul Bajaj.
Kshitij measuring out his putt. He's going to come off the fringe of the green. The majority of the flag positions are either in the corners, other than one hole which is the flag is in the center. Almost all the other 17 are stuck in the corners, 8 in, 8 left, 9 right. So, but then again, like my co-commentators have made the point, the greens may not be running very quick, but they are running very true. As you've seen some really excellent putts being converted already. Kshitij Navidkol was a clubhouse leader of incomplete second day. Finds himself in a little bit of a bother coming off the collar of the green. It's 20-25 foot putt. Rahul, you made the point earlier during a chat with Shaurya about accuracy, I think, being a premium on this course, and we are pretty much seeing proof of that being played out in front of us.
Yes, and a very interesting conversation that he did start earlier, and we kind of didn't get to finish that, was about whether accuracy or length is more important on this golf course. Of course, if you've got both, I mean, it's superb, right? It's always win-win situation. But this course does demand more accuracy, and that's what it seems like at the outset. But if you look at the leaderboard right now, you will see Shubham Jaglan, big hitter of the ball. Jamal Hussain, very accurate hitter of the ball. Shaurya Bhattacharya, big hitter of the ball. Akshay Sharma, very accurate. Yuvraj Singh, very accurate. Badal Hussain, accurate hitter. Saptak Talwar, long hitter. Ajitesh Sandhu, accurate. Kshitij Navid, both. So if you look at the leaderboard, it's peppered with all kinds of players. So I'm quite miffed around here as to which player does this course really suit at this stage. And going back into statistic books, and if you look at the stat book written by Mark Brody, there's a book that he's written called Every Shot Counts. And if you look at that, it says that the long hitter is always at an advantage, right? And I think the leaderboard does tend to show that at this moment, even though the course appears to be more suited for an accurate hitter. Akshay Sharma didn't quite make it to the bottom of the cup over there. Jamal Hussain getting ready to make that putt, tied for the lead with Shubham Jaglan. And in fact, Rahul Banerjee made a superb point just a few moments ago. The course that he actually comes from, Kurmidola, does feel very similar to the Tolly Club, because I've played in that course and on this course, both of them, and they do feel very similar. The terrain, the turf feels similar, the weather conditions feel fairly similar. So and absolutely, and a language familiarity also always helps. It just makes you feel more at home.
A couple of Roshagolas a day is what the doctor would have ordered for Jamal, and he seems to be showing the results of that. Looking to put him a little bit of space between himself and the field with this birdie putt,
and he does. Moves to 13 under par.
So he's back in the lead by himself, 13 under par for the day. Shubham Jaglan hot on his heels, 12 under par. The young man has picked up 5 shots against one bogey. Early, he started with a bogey, teeing off on hole number 2 in today's shotgun start. Shubham Jaglan now finds himself back in second place. Jamal Hussain is like a terrier. He's not giving up. And like we made the point, this is familiar terrain for him. He was also being very lucky yesterday. Rahul, on his 18th hole, his tee shot was headed out of bounds, hit the boundary wall, came back into play, and he said, that was a very big point for him. And so he will take whatever comes his way, as will everyone in this field, because this is not the sort of terrain a lot of our players are probably used to, this heavy weather and the excessive amount of moisture both in the air and on the ground.
Well, Kshitij Navidkol now certainly exhibiting that the humidity is up to 80%, which it actually is, and wind is only 18 kilometers per hour. right now. Kshitij,
That's a
making
good
no
save
mistake.
there, Rahul. From where he was way off. He was on the next fairway, in fact, and coming back from there, and scrambling to save par is very creditable of the young man. Shows that he also has the smarts along with the strength to go with his game in his game. Long hitter, but like Rahul Bajaj made the point a little earlier, he's a mix of the two. He's got distance as well as control. So, and we just saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, that aerial view this time just gave us the view of the Calcutta Metro, which happens to be the oldest metro in the country.
That is correct.
And a system which has run flawlessly for years and years and perhaps many a decades. And Shaurya Bhattacharya has crept up on that leaderboard, now moved to within one.
And he's playing the round of the day so far, Rahul. 5 under. He's definitely the hottest round of the day. And you see Jamal just going a little bit offline over there.
Yanked it into the left bunker, it seems. And there we have the view of the iconic clubhouse at the Tollygunge Club. What a beautiful club this is, with superb facilities for its members, from a heated indoor swimming pool to multiple tennis courts and what have you.
Terrific food.
Akshay Sharma.
Terrific food as well. They've got
and all different types of cuisines.
Fabulous kitchen, yes. Akshay doing very well to keep himself in contention. Looks to be a lot more on target than we saw from Jamal. Oh my goodness, what a shot! Now this is what you expect each one of these players to produce every time they tee up, Rahul, isn't it?
Certainly.
And it's not easy to actually get the result, and right in front of you, Chandigarh's very own Akshay Sharma proving that distance is not everything. It is all a lot of, it is about control, and we did see it was almost a sort of follow through on that shot. He just wanted to make sure the ball stayed in line, and it was absolutely dead straight.
Well, a quick update. Jamal Hussain has moved to solo lead at 13 under par, while Shubham Jaglan at 12 under remains. Shaurya Bhattacharya at 11 under par, and Akshay Sharma, who is currently at 10 under par, has set himself up in a superb place here on the 11th hole, the par 3, for yet another birdie. As we take a look now at Kshitij Naved Kaul, who has not quite had the start he would have hoped for, starting with a double bogey on the first hole. He is really trying to get things back into order. They're currently at 9 under par, 1 over par for the day. Kshitij Naved Kaul trying to bring some heat out here on the Tollygunge golf course. Through tunnel of a hole there. Tight tee shot. Oh, beautiful shot here by Kaul. King Kaul, as he likes to call himself.
Terrific stuff by the two second and third members of this group. Jamal, of course, like Rahul said, tugging his tee shot into the rough or into the bunker. But with all that experience at his command, it should not be very difficult for him to come away at least with the par. And more bird's eye views of this beautiful clubhouse. It's a heritage building, Rahul. Of course, Kolkata is chock full of heritage structures and buildings. Abhinav Lohan now on screen. They're mindful of the surface, mindful of his surroundings, taking his time over what looks like a fairly lengthy putt.
We're on to the 16th hole now, where we're taking a look at Abhinav Lohan. Lohan, who's currently at 13th position, tied at a score of 7 under par.
It's gotten even tighter at the top, Rahul. Now there's a group of 12 players now separated by just 4 shots. So things are moving nicely.
Makes it a whole lot more interesting for viewing.
Absolutely. Lovely looking putt there by Abhinav. And the greens definitely are slower today than they were yesterday. But if you pick a good line and you go through with it, and there is reward to be had. Because there are players who have picked up 3, 4, 5 shots, like we told you. Shaurya Bhattacharya is really on a charge. He's moved all the way up into sole third place on 11 under par, up ahead of him Shubham Jaglan on 12 under, and our event leader is Jamal on
As you talk about Bhattacharya on our screens now attempting for a birdie here to move to 12 under par here on the 392-yard par 4, the 16th. Nice putting stroke over there. Bhattacharya coming up a short off the hole. Didn't quite put the pace on that putt.
Do you think the greens are a little, the speeds are a little too paced, Rahul? Because this is not the first or second instance we've seen right in front of us just now that the ball was stopping a little short. And here's our leader, Jamal, trying to play his way out of the beach. With his two playing partners right next, having nailed their tee shots on this par 3. Jamal will want to make sure that he doesn't concede any space here.
Jamal with a pretty decent bunker shot over here, leaving himself a 4 to 5 footer for a par. Another player who's trying to make a move here on the leaderboard is on 5th position right now, Yuvraj Singh, who is currently 4 under par for the day with an eagle on the par 4 15th hole, has moved up to 9 under par for the tournament.
That's interesting, Rahul. He's a strapping young man, of course, very big built. So he must have found the dance floor with his tee shot, and the successful conversion gave young Yuvraj Singh an eagle on the par 4 15th, which brings him into the top 5. Currently 4 under for the day and 9 under for the tournament. And it's really bunching up very, very nicely into the final 7-8 holes of the day's action. Here's your leader, Jamal Hussain, 13 under par, will look to save his par here, while his two playing partners are both sitting very, very well placed for birdies. Kshitij Kaul and Akshay having nailed their tee shots on this 180-yard par 3. Quite appropriately, Jamal taking his time. He knows every stroke given this final closing stretch of the 1 crore rupee Coal India Open at the Tollygunge Club is critical. We are in the second leg of the TP World PGTI's back 9, the closing swing of the 2026 season. And we will have a significant change in the calendar as well, because instead of going to the year end and the new year for qualifying school, the DP World PGTI has decided to introduce qualifying school this year itself. Your leader Jamal Hussain, that didn't turn as much as he thought. It's flicked out of the cup. Rahul, these are even a seasoned campaigner like Jamal can feel the heat.
That's going to certainly be hurtful because on this par 3 175-yard hole, you're seeing Akshay Sharma has put himself into a top-notch position for a birdie, and so has Kshitij Kaul. Jamal Hussain dropped off a shot by yanking that tee shot into the bunker on the left side and missed that up and down. Putting for birdie now, King Call.
Look at Akshay's marker, Rahul. Remarkable tee shot. I mean, he's got about 2 feet from the pin.
Certainly appears so. Call to get back to even par with this putt. Unfortunately, Kshitij Kaul would stick around at 9 under par. Trying to get those shots back from the course. Lost out 3, picked up 2.
Birdie here, Rahul will put Akshay within 1 shot of the lead now. It's a 2-way tie between Jamal having dropped that bogey and Shubham Jaglan, who's on 12 under. The light feed 2. That's a long putt. Almost across the breadth of the green there. Briefly in a picture, Veer Alawat, former Order of Merit topper 2 years ago, went on to play in Europe, spent a season in Europe as well. Come back much enriched by the experience. And coming back to this point of the turnaround season, which is going to come up from this year, Rahul, I think it's a very, very good step the DP World PGTI has taken, allowing the Q School to be played towards the end of October, November, and trying to fit itself into the larger DP World Tour ecosystem. So whoever goes from the DP World PGTI to the DP World Tour itself gets a longer shot at playing more tournaments under different conditions in different countries, different conditions, which
certainly is an experience second to none to be going out and competing on tours which are higher up, getting closer and closer to international standards. And we've got Veer Alawat rolling the dice there beautifully on the 13th.
And now another Alawat steps up with his putter. Anand Singh Alawat.
Nice camaraderie here between Veer Alawat and Shubham Jaglan. Both players have played a fair amount of international golf. And Shubham Jaglan, of course, holds a card on the PGA Tour Americas, has been playing a lot of golf here from the DP World PGTI, and has played a ton of collegiate golf. That's where he picks up all of his experience from, and that's where he's really hardened up as a golfer. Anand Alawat. Five on the par currently, 2 over par for the day on the 16th position right now, all by himself. Jaglan.
Now, joint leader, Shubham, 12 under par.
Jaglan makes another birdie here on the par 5 13.
Business like end to that.
In fact, Jaglan would move to solo lead by that putt, up to 13 under par, while Jamal has dropped off short on the par 3.
And what's remarkable, Rahul, about this course is around it is
presenting the expertise of wealth management with the power of a bank. सिद्धि है
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
Back to the action over here, and there we have yet again the beautiful aerial view of the historical clubhouse here at the Tollygunge Club. And as you move behind that clubhouse, you can see those two tennis courts. Truly a sporting club, this the Tollygunge club here in the middle of Kolkata city. And just a bit of a clarification there. Shubham Jaglan made a birdie on hole number 12, and Jamal Hussain dropped a shot on hole number 11. That brought both the players to be tied for the lead at 12 under par. Two players behind them, Shaurya Bhattacharya and Akshay Sharma, both are tied at 11 under par, so just one shot away.
That's a terrific drive there, Rahul. And this is critical, as we've seen time and again already since yesterday or even from the first day. Staying on the fairway is so important because the moment you get into the rough, you're going to lose distance as well as accuracy. Anand Singh Alawat up next, 5 under par for the event.
A bit of a pull there by Anand Singh Alawat. It's on the left side of the fairway here on hole number 14 after that tee shot. It's not quite the tee shot you want to hit on this hole, though, I'll tell you that. It's a short par 4, 356-yard hole, and coming up from the rough just becomes a lot more difficult to be able to attack the flag location. Getting now to the group of Khalin Joshi, Mohammad Azhar, and Rashid Khan on the 16th hole. The par 4, 390-yard hole. The 16th, beautiful par 4 here on this course. On an iconic city for golf as well, Mr. Banerjee, Kolkata, with, on one side of the road is the Tollygunge Club, an iconic golf course in itself, and then on the other side you've got the Royal Calcutta Golf Club. There's so much of golf to be played with just a short 200-meter walk.
And let's not forget the number of players it has produced over the years. It used to be actually, along with Delhi, one of the nurseries of Indian golf for years and years together. India's only PGA Tour winner, of course, comes from Kolkata, Arjun Atwal, all these years ago. And another pioneer, also from the city, Simi Mehra, was the first to play on the LPGA, which is immensely creditable. She's a great pioneer for women's golf in India. Rashid Khan, on a roll today, has kept a clean card, and I hope I will not put the commentary discuss on him because of this. 3 under for the day, and within 4 shots of the lead, 9 under for the tournament.
Khan has been really trying to knock on that door for quite some time now. I think it's a matter of time that we're going to see him winning again. And I believe, as well as I know him, that once he does crack open that door, he is going to keep winning week after week. Rashid Khan with just a missed attempt here.
Very close. And he noticed how hard he hit the ball, Rahul. He was 20 odd feet away, 25 feet. He still gave it a heavy whack. But that's good news for Khalin Joshi. He's coming up identical line almost, maybe a couple of feet closer.
So owing to the rains and the humidity, the greens cannot be very fast. They're rolling at about 8 on the stimp meter, but they're rolling very true, so which gives the players the opportunity to actually trust their lines and their putts. Khalin Joshi now coming up from just ahead of where Rashid was. Khalin currently is at 4 under par.
Very different conditions from when he won last week, Rahul, in Srinagar, and from the great putt there. Wow. He can legitimately feel he's been
proper
robbed.
horseshoe.
From that distance to see the ball get in and out, that's robbery. Look at that. I thought
My
it was
goodness.
in for sure.
Yeah, had the right pace, was pretty much in the cup. Mohammad Azhar from Hyderabad. There seems like a few friendly earthworms there.
Yep.
Anytime now. Azhar, who's also having a good day out there. 3 under par for the day, 9 under par for the tournament. Bogey-free round so far. Birdies on 10th, 13th, and the 15th. Spot to move to 10 under par, but doesn't have enough pace. Other seems to have colorful fluorescent grip on that putter. Seems like a tennis tape on top of the putter's grip. Really helps with feel to some players and
driver.
Dude, that is disgusting.
Also in the league, I play for the Calcutta team. Hi guys, I'm Anga Chima, a professional on the PGTI.
I'm also a professional on the PGTI, Kuichiro Sato.
Firstly, welcome to the inside the DP World PGTI. And we're going to go ahead with a challenge which Koi is going to explain.
One hole, one club. We're going to pick our destiny right now. And that's it.
Did you guys? You were close. You were close. Driver.
Oh my God. He's like right in the middle of the fairway.
That's a big pitching wedge, man.
I try to thin it. Go!
I will have a pitch with a driver.
Pump one. Yeah. Pump one? No pump one.
Good shot.
Sit.
1 second. If I hit the bunker, am I going to have to play
100%. Yeah, it's one club challenge.
I think he socked it.
Don't hit it. Don't hit it. How does it hit it? That was going in. Oh, what a punt. What a freaking punt.
I think we just too good. We should call it quits right here.
Done?
Even.
Even?
Yeah, we go eat a lunch together.
Yeah. Even. I appreciate you,
love
bro.
that.
After that DP World PGTI inside video, we're back to the live action here while we take a look now at Akshay Sharma. Wind seems to have come on a little bit to give the players a little bit of relief from the humidity. 80% humidity here in Kolkata today. And Akshay Sharma trying to make another birdie. Unfortunately, didn't quite find the bottom of the cup here on the 12th. For those of you who are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Coal India Open 2026. On the right side of our screens on live feed 2 is Shaurya Bhattacharya hitting his tee shot here on the 200-yard par 3, the 18th hole. Right next to the clubhouse. On the left side of our screens is Jamal Hussain, the overnight leader, playing alongside Kshitij Naveed Kaul and Akshay Sharma. Shaurya Bhattacharya currently at 11 under par for the tournament, trying to pick another birdie. Has he found the dance floor or not? You have to find out. As my co-commentator, Mr. Banerjee, points out, he's just on the edge of the green.
Critical putt for Jamal Rahul. He needs to come back. He's just fallen off the pace a little bit. Shubham Jaglan picking up 2 shots, successive holes, and now holds the sole lead. Jamal is now in second place by himself on 12 under par.
Abhinav Lohan, who's playing alongside Shaurya Bhattacharya, with his tee shot blocks it out to the right of the green. Favors a draw, does Lohan. Kshitij Naveed Kaul now coming up with his putt. Kaul trying to catch up with that one shot that he's down to the course right now. Currently 9 under par. Putting for a par as a and a save the day kind of a putt here for him on the 12th, the par 4. Unfortunately, didn't quite have the pace to get in. 80% humidity can quite take the mickey out of you, can't it?
Fortunately for the field, that the breeze looks to have picked up. We just saw the wind flapping Naveed's shirt as he lined up his putt. Akshay Sharma looking to stay in contention on 11 under par. He's in a share of third place alongside Shaurya Bhattacharya, who we just saw teeing off on the 18th hole. Shaurya is, of course, one of the rounds of the day on 5 under par. Yuvraj Singh 4 under par, Rashid Khan, Azhar matching each other in the same group on 3 under for the day. Veer Alawat is on a roll, Rahul. He had a couple of early stutters starting from the third hole, but he's picked up 4 in a row after making the turn. Holes number 10, 11, 12 and 13, all birdies. So he seems to have found his range. Ajitesh Sandhu will be up next on 13. Just a little bit offline on this. This is a par 5, gives him plenty of opportunities to walk away with some gains, which he needs, because he's played very steady golf. It's gone a little longer than you would have liked, Rahul. You can see now the breeze is fairly fresh. The flag is now almost horizontal. That's one of the players we were talking about. Shaurya Bhattacharya on the screen on your right, Om Prakash Chauhan on light feed 1.
Temperatures are not too bad around here. It's 30 degrees or so. Humidity certainly up, but the wind being friendly now is definitely going to help players in condition. We've got Om Prakash Chauhan, made a beautiful shot there from off the green, and seems to still be unhappy with himself, although I'd quite take that very happily. Then again, we've got Abhinav Lohan on the right side of our screens, coming up from the right side off the green here on the 18th, not taking too much of time, and hits a beautiful chip shot. Give himself a very realistic and makeable par opportunity. 18th hole here is a 202-yard par 3. Pin today is 22 in from the front and 3 from the left. So pretty tight flag location for the players. The left side of our screens, we've got Saptak Talwar chipping up, and on the right side, now we've got Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala, from just over the green. Saptak Talwar hits off first, trying to make a chip in, and comes up just on this side of the hole, just left with a bit of a tap in. Let's see what Yuvraj Singh does. Does he have enough pace on that chip, and leaves it about a 1.5 foot shot? Nice attempt here by both the gentlemen.
Lots of action, Rahul, and with almost similar results on both screens. Short chips, very, very accurate. Just a couple of feet to go for both players. For Yuvraj on your right and for Saptak on your left. And wide open as it stands now, because Shaurya has jumped into a share of second place as Jamal seems to have dropped yet another shot. He's dropped into 11 under par as a 3-way tie for second place between Shaurya Bhattacharya, Akshay Sharma and now Jamal Hussain. Shubham Jaglan by himself in front, 13 under. So lots happening in this final stage of the 1 crore rupee Coal India Open in the Tollygunge club in Kolkata. Lots of movement up and down the leaderboard as is to be expected on a day like this.
Certainly, Shaurya Bhattacharya finds bottom of the cup here with that putt.
And having refreshed himself with some hydration and some coffee. It's time for young Shaurya Bhattacharya to join Rahul Bajaj in the hot seat yet again.
Thank you, Rahul. That was a Freudian slip, but I'm not going to complain. If you compare me to the great Shaurya Bhattacharya, Shaurya Singh will be quite pleased.
Lohan now from about 3 or 4 feet away.
Interesting times here at Tollygunge. And Mr. 170, we had a little brief conversation. He's gained 7 miles, and of course he's putting well. Now that wind is really buffeting against his clothes. He's your teammate in the silver. Apologies. Why am I getting tongue-tied early in the morning? This coffee has done that to me. The silver medalist from the Asian Games is sitting beside me, and I saw one of his teammates there in pink. Seems to be the theme of the day, Rahul.
Certainly is. Both Yuvraj Singh and Shaurya Bhattacharya coming out in the pink colors. Yuvraj Singh, that par.
Gone with the wind. The wind is really picking up.
As we await an update on that leaderboard.
Look at that. You could write poetry. You could write some novels. Really get lost in thought as you look at the latest scores here.
Jaglan atop at 13 under par, leading by 2 shots over Bhattacharya, Sharma and Jamal Hussain. Arjun Sharma and Badal Hussain both tied up at 10 under par. Yuvraj Singh, Rashid Khan, Mohammad Azhar and Veer Lawat keeping company at 9 under par each. Interesting leaderboard here. Saptak Talwar, the number 1 on the order of merit currently. Dropped off 2 shots on hole number 10 and has been tough to get back after that. Only 1 under par for the day and 9 under par for the tournament. 10th hole seems to have slowed his plans down a wee bit.
What are your thoughts on Jamal coming a little undone here?
Unfortunately, Jamal has missed 2 short putts on the 11th as well as the 12th holes. That has sort of slowed his campaign down. And as you can tell, the young guns, Shubham Jaglan and Shaurya Bhattacharya, are really running for it. While Akshay Sharma, the experienced campaigner, seems to be catching up. Jamal doesn't seem to have his body turn follow-throughs on his putting really working for the day.
Yeah, he has that a lot of body English that goes on, especially on the shorter putts. And sometimes I know that it works for him like majority of the time. But if there's any part of the game that I find a little suspect, I'd have to say his shorter putts, because he's peaking. You can see that.
I've also seen it towards the end of days, usually at the end of tough days, that it seems to sort of like give in a little bit.
And you see, especially in shorter ones, you see his right shoulder coming up. He peaks. It's quite a sight, I must say.
Correct.
When he does that, but it works out.
Is that the head up?
The head up, and then you sort of peak, and we would not tell our viewers to follow that style. Of course, it's very individualistic, but it works.
It
works like a charm, I'd say.
Please do it.
It works like a charm. I say, that's why they say that golf, it's a scorecard, not a postcard. And I think I've used that adage one too many times, but it holds true each time I say it. But if
it indeed is you.
If you're at the intersection of both, there are a few players who look stylish while getting it done. And of course, the leader, Shubham Jaglan, is one of them. Extremely stylish, athletic, strong, and Bhattacharya as well, the youngster. And he hits the ball far. Akshay Sharma, composed player. And what I like about Akshay is his game around the greens. Really consistent left-right movement. You need to perfect your game, as great Bruce Lee said. I don't fear the man who knows 1,000 kicks. I fear the man who's practiced that one kick 1,000 times. And if I think about it, seems like Akshay Sharma definitely has practiced that left-right fade umpteen times. Of course, Arjun Sharma snipping at the heels. It's 10 under par. Somebody that I'm rooting for as well. Now this is Shubham Jaglan finds himself in the thicket. It's going to require a little bit of ingenuity. Mr. Alawat now. Anand. Hole number 15, the short par 4. In these conditions, of course, it's not drivable. Let's have a look at on the scorecard to understand the exact yardage of hole number 15. Placed to 311 yards. Underway, and that needs to sit down. It should be fine, just nestled up against that collar. 311, so you probably need to fly the driver, although it's playing downwind, so you see the longer hitters, Veer Alawat, getting there up to the front edge.
Veer, of course, a big hitter of the ball. Flies at 300 plus yards.
Yeah, pretty similar to Shubham as well. Both of them are long off the tee. Veer, of course, longer levers.
I think it's nearly become normal territory now for professional golfers to be flying it upwards of 300 yards, and pitches it a wee bit short of the hole, but still should be a makeable opportunity here for Veer. And the tour from here, the DP World PGTI moves to Zion Hills Golf County next week for the Kolar Open, and the week after that, the DP World PGTI event moves to Booty Golf County, just on the outskirts of Hyderabad city. Shubham Jaglan there with the chip shot.
We're not quite certain if that was his second or third. We'll soon find out. If that was indeed his second, that would be mighty impressive.
That would be also mighty.
Yes, at this point in time, young Shubham is definitely playing like a mighty man, looking for his first victory on the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India. He's only been here a little while and he's made waves with 2 runner-up finishes.
It could possibly be his second shot. It's a 311 yard par 4, and the wind is slightly downwind, and the players who can hit it upwards of 300 yards certainly could have gone past the green here, as seems to be the case for Shubham. And after Booty Golf County, the players would move to Golconda Masters in Hyderabad, 2 back-to-back weeks in Hyderabad for the players, and Chennai Open thereafter at the TNGF Cosmo Golf Course, followed by Nava Raipur Open at the Fairway Golf and Lake Resort, and Bengaluru Open. All these tournaments for 1CR. Bengaluru Open will be played at the KGA after quite a few years of a break of the players not having played at that venue, and then a 2 crore event at the JB Greens Golf and Spa Resort in Greater Noida, just on the outskirts of Delhi. Kapil Dev Invitational Tour Championship, followed by the big stage, the DP World India Championship, where defending champion Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, and ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Fox will be present to compete.
British Open champion?
Absolutely.
Campiones? We're having Barrier Stars descend upon Delhi Golf Club, which might humble a few. It's a daunting setup. And so the last 3 holes here. We are at hole number 15. Anand Singh Alawat underway. And that makes way right at the end. A little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of joy, and some ecstasy. That is what you get when you tune in to the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India. The best of the business I hear, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not just talking about the commentary booth. We are rather humble and modest, unlike the players who are so good. They need to be a little braggadocious. They're rather too humble, these players. If I was hitting the ball this far, you would never hear the end of it, and that's probably the reason I didn't. But now this putt should break a little from left to right for Veer Lawat, proven champion, and a runner-up at the DP World Indian Open. Rather Hero Indian Open, that snakes away again. A little bit of heartbreak for two players on this hole. Let's see if Shubham can extend that lead. Great stellar track record does Veer Lawat have, playing on the DP World Tour in Europe. It's just about time that he breaks through sooner rather than later. It's competitive. You can see the rain now starting to become a little bit of a factor once again, and it's picking up. It's picking up in speed. But unfortunately for Shubham Jaglan, he can't quite take refuge until play is called off. So he has to stay there, brave the elements. And now that makes this putt a lot more difficult. Golf, as it is not for the faint of heart. It's a great hobby, but as I say, it's a difficult profession. The droplets are falling. The ball will get underway. Now you see, I'm giving him a little bit of food for thought. More than he would have bargained for. But it seems that the droplets have decreased in volume. Great putt. What a brilliant birdie. 3 shots ahead.
Well, that's a sizable lead here for Shubham Jaglan.
For the past 50 years, we at Coal India have been shaping India's energy landscape and contributing to a brighter, greener tomorrow. We look forward to making every year of the next 50 years even more promising than the last.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
Presenting the expertise of wealth management with the power of a bank.
Back to the live action over here.
And that's the historic flag of Tollygunge Golf Club, 200 years old.
That seems pretty clean.
Absolutely. An unblemished past of beauty and grandeur. And have a look at Tollygunge while I get carried away.
Jamal now from about 6 feet away.
Few blemishes on his card for sure.
Not quite having the day he would have hoped for. Seems like he's picked up a shot over here. We'll move to 12 under par. Yet to confirm that though.
Yeah, that brisk, unmistakable walk. Diminutive in stature, but monumental in delivery is Jamal Hussain from Bangladesh.
Yuvraj Singh on hole number 1. Another strong putt over there and great attempt. A colourful group this, all 3 players turning up in shades of red / pinks. The scorecards also looking reds and pinks.
The weather has cleared up, and now on hole number 1, so due to the shotgun start.
There was a quick drizzle and back to business.
Absolutely. Rain, go away. A lot of the Tommies want to play. He's gained 7 miles in a short spurt of 2 months. Just wondering how much of that does transfer onto the golf course, because of course that is his peak speed that he's been able to reach at 170 miles an hour. That'll probably give you ball speed in the vicinity of, you reckon, about 114, 15?
I believe so. I couldn't be quite certain as to how much ball speed that will translate to, but the interesting question is, how can you take that speed onto the golf course and into tournament play? I think that's what the major concern would be. Unfortunately, that putt was never looking close. Yuvraj Singh now putting for a par here. Karthik Singh really getting on to a hot day today. 5 birdies on that scorecard, and has jumped up multiple positions. Now at 6 under par for the tournament. Bogey-free day today so far for young Karthik Singh. A couple of other players also having some nice bogey-free days today.
We're talking about taking that speed onto the golf course. The previous week you saw that he had these few adjustments that he was doing with the right hip, trying to make it fire and probably flare that left foot a little more. There are these things that players do. I think to a certain extent, Bryson does a lot of that as well. You not see that if you see golf from 50 years ago, people probably wouldn't be doing that, but of course now it's about maximizing. And did a little bit of arithmetic as well. So if you have a club at speed of 114 and you maximize your smash factor 1.5, or can you even go further than that, Raul?
No, you can't go quite further than that. I mean, that's the best result that you can get out of it.
If you're able to put some top spin on the driver, and then you have seen the smash factors of 1.51, 1.52. Does that happen?
I think it's 1.51 is the max out.
So if you get to 1.5, then you're looking at 114, 113. So I think he's hovering in and around the 110 probably ball speed, and then maxing out to 113. So if you can get to 110 consistently, that's pretty far as well. You're talking about hang time of about 285 in the air, 285, 287. That's and that can be competitive on any tour in the world, any conditions.
So smash factor is the ratio of the ball speed to the club speed, and it's widely considered to be maxing out at 1.5, while launch monitor
back to the action. I'm sure both of us have played a lot of golf in this part of the country, and just adjacent across the road you have Royal Calcutta. These players are spoiled for choice. One, you build accuracy, you build your iron striking here, and of course if you just cross the road, then you learn how to hit the ball far. So you have some of the best well-rounded players who've come out of Kolkata. And think of a few. You have Atwal, Indrajit Balotia, and then quite a few others that SSP Chaurasia, of course. Veer Rawat now.
Brilliant golfing culture exists in this area. In fact, a brilliant sporting culture exists in Calcutta. You see, football, of course, is nearly a religion around here, and the Maidan area of the city actually has a lot of people playing sport every morning, and weekends you'll find it very full with children as well as adults playing some sport or the other. In fact, the city encourages golf in a fairly big way. They've got a 9-hole course on the outskirts towards Salt Lake. Anand Singhalavat, who's at 5 under par, coming up from the right rough here on the 16th hole.
It is a difficult shot with the pin at the right. Rather, my apologies, on the left, so that makes it a little more tolerable with the ball being nestled down though. One thing that does help the player is that the conditions have the ball to come to an abrupt stop, like on this instance. I think that's a brilliant shot. What do you say, Rahul?
Certainly a great control of yardage there by Anand Singhalavat, especially coming in from the rough to be able to keep that yardage in control, nearly making it to pin high. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Shubham Jaglan. I think now it's safe to say it's his tournament to lose. 2 shots ahead. Just has 3 holes to go. 17th, you're just teeing off with an iron, maybe a 5-iron, and then a short wedge coming in, maybe a 4-iron at most. And here as well, he's in perfect territory.
The 16th hole really over here is a placement kind of a hole. Players would like to play the tee shot towards the left side of the fairway and then have the best shot towards the green. 390-yard hole this hole, with hole location today 22 in from the front and 5 from the left. Shubham Jaglan with that 2-shot lead.
Probably going in from about 155 odd yards. I think he'd be going with a 9-iron from here. White it up high. This is a definite birdie opportunity from where he lies. He would have wanted that to be a little closer. That's about 20 feet. That's an outside shot, but the pin position, you can't be too aggressive. Otherwise, you run the risk of going over the green. So I think it's prudent play. But it's a great tee shot, nevertheless. It's one of the most daunting tee shots here on this golf course. Now we have a look at Jamal, who's on hole number 14. Short par 4. Some sort of animated discussion. And you can see that that's a referee there, if I'm not wrong. So it's maybe. So this week, of course, owing to the rain, you're playing lift, clean, and plays prefer live. And could be that he's next to a sprinkler head. So in that case, you first get a relief from that, and then you get further a club. And then, of course, now that he's dropped it, you'll be able to mark it, lift it. Yes. So you need to get that right. And the rangefinder, of course, helps to hasten up the proceedings.
On the right side of our screen is the leader, Shubham Jaglan, who's playing alongside Veer Elawat and Anand Singhalavat, 2 Elawats in a group. And Jamal Hussain now ready to hit his second shot here.
He's made a birdie on 13, so trending the right direction, and this is perfect go territory for Jamal. This is where he thrives. Again, that's a little short outside. Wanted to be a little closer because that'll snake away and leave himself a rather difficult putt to convert because he's putting above that ridge. So
you'll have to add some body turn on that one for sure.
Yeah, no, our eyes are not doing tricks. That is golfer on the next tee, which is hole number 15.
Kshitij Naved ball seems to be coming from the other side.
No, that's how precise they are. They want to save time. Get to the next tee. Take a lie of the land. Truncated backswing. And a good shot, but again, it's a little more required. But that's the last line of defense of this golf course. Pin placements, tricky greens. You know, look at Elawat on a live feed too. I think he's got it. almost on hole number 16. And while we focus on the leaders, let's also spare a thought for the rest of the field and see how they are doing. Towards the lower half, you see players are struggling. The golf course has proven to be difficult today. It's not easy pickings. And the higher you climb, you see that there are a few red numbers. And so contrary to what we thought, this golf course will play rather easy. It's bearing its fangs today.
Certainly is.
Seeing only a few red numbers. Not many at all. And the best round, of course, belongs to the leader. And we've seen that as a little bit of a theme. We saw that the previous week with Cullen, with his rampaging performance. And this week we're seeing Shubham Jaglan, 6 under par. Veer Lawat getting underway now.
Joining Shaurya Singh now is Rahul Banerjee.
Thank you, Rahul. Plenty of movement again up and down the leaderboard. That passing shower probably having an effect on proceedings. Fortunately, the rain has drifted away, but probably has left a mark because all of a sudden it's now Shubham Jaglan who's in the lead by 2, 14 under par for the tournament, 6 under for the day. Definitely the hot round of this closing 18 holes. On your picture now, on the right, live feed 2 is your leader. Had an early blip with a drop shot on his opening hole, but has played a mix of attacking and conservative golf to find himself 2 shots up the road. Long putt, just shaving the upper side for Shubham Jaglan. On your left is the man who's closest, was in the lead for a while, for much of this morning, before dropping 2 shots after making the turn. He is, but has bounced back. Jamal Hussain now on screen with a birdie on the par 5 13th.
This is really important, this putt. You can almost say that this will be a harbinger of what's to come. If he can hold this, I think he can just keep step with Shubham. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. And I think he just came out of that putt once again. You can see that he wants to make them. And the funny thing about golf is, as they say, it's a game of opposites. And what I've seen from my career, and even the ones who are close to me, is that the harder you try, somehow, especially, it might work in the long game, but in putting, it never quite works out. If you're trying to hold the putt, it often does the opposite. You have to let it flow. So that's a dichotomy in golf, especially when under the gun. So that's why you see great players like Tiger Woods who've been able to separate themselves, because under the gun, when you're under the cosh and you have to deliver, then the margins are fine, but it's who can deliver at that point in time and not. I don't know how you get it done. If I did, then I guess I wouldn't have been narrating you these stories. But it's.
But it was very unusual to see an experienced player like him to, almost bail out of that putt. He looked like he was caught in 2 minds there, Shaurya. Did he want to finish the putt or did he want to not finish the putt? Anyway, it's now Kshitij who's playing recovery catch-up from this one.
But somebody who would have really gained an advantage from his putt is Kshitij now with call. Now he'll have a lie of the land, the speed. You look for this to be close.
Recovering very well from the Terran tee shot, as we saw a little while ago. Strapping young man, 8 under par for the tournament. I think it's almost an identical putt.
Yeah, that happens a lot when you're putting. Contrary to popular belief, you think it's an uphill putt and you'll hit it further. It doesn't happen. It's actually the other way around, because it's a lot more difficult to put the requisite hit on the ball. And you'll see that downhill putts, they often say that try and leave it short, but they often go past the hole. I think coming back to the point that golf is indeed a game of opposites. And, talking in the similar vein, you find putts for a golfer, they're the straight putts. You'd think that from 4-5 out, a professional would really like a straight putt, no guesswork involved. But what you actually realize is when you have a putt that slopes either way, it gives you a larger target. because you're aiming at right edge and lets it drop in. When you're putting right for a straight putt, you don't have any room for error, so to speak. You need to be perfect.
Well, interesting thoughts there for all of you listening. There's tips to be had at every point in our commentary. Two very experienced players alongside me, talking business, as they say, or as we say. So if you listened carefully to what Shaurya just had to say, I'm sure you will learn something from them. But I think what also happened here, Shaurya, is that Ridge played a bit of an optical trick on both Kshitij and Jamal, because they both looked like they underestimated, then they overestimated. And in the end, I think they finally got caught in no man's land.
I think these are the most difficult putts that I've seen to hold, especially when you're putting above a ridge. One is that speed control becomes really difficult, because often you're putting above a ridge and then it's downhill from there on in. It's not one gradient that you're just putting uphill, then you can at least see your target hit it. Here it becomes a lot more difficult. So you have to spare a thought for that as well. Putting stance seems a little different from what it was. Putter seems to be a little more upright, so better hit on ball, better roll. That is what results in. He's scampering on.
Briskly off to his next, but at least no damage done to his card there. He was able to get away with a par even with that slightly tough first putt, but up ahead it is still Shubham Jaglan leading the way on 14 under par. And more bird's eye views of this verdant stretch of Kolkata's heart of Kolkata. Extremely crowded localities, but there's this little patch of green which has its own flora and fauna. We saw yesterday, we actually saw Jakol trotting up one of the fairways. So Rahul Bajaj was reminiscing about the first time he saw one of them while he was playing there. So there you have it on your screens. Shubham Jaglan 14 under par with 3 holes to go. Jamal Hussain 12 is his closest pursuer, 2 shots behind. Akshay Sharma from Chandigarh is an 11 under par. Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala, strapping young man, and Arjun Sharma, experienced Arjun Sharma on 10 under par alongside Badal Hussain. Rashid Khan, Veer Alawat, Om Prakash Chauhan and Saptak Talwar are in a share of 7th place. And unfortunately, we seem to have lost Shaurya Bhattacharya from the leading pack. The young man having a bit of a rough patch around the final 3 holes of the back 9. So there you are, Shubham Jaglan, well on track, hopefully, for his maiden DP World PGTI victory. Shaurya, I remember his terrific fight with Yuvraj Singh last year, Yuvraj Sandhu, in fact, on the final in the final event. He took Yuvraj Sandhu till the very wire, and Yuvraj needed a brilliant putt to win that event. So the closing event of the 25 season, Shubham had a very creditable runner-up. I think that was his second in a row. And yeah, he's back again. Had a good run. Well, of course, in collegiate. Went through qualifying school this year, which he won, which he topped. And a fine prospect for the future.
You know, one thing when we talk about the Jackals here, it took me back to good old times when I was playing the East India Amateur. So have a look at Manu Gandha, the man who's in a lot of the AI. He tells us about the weather. He looks good. He tells us if it's the god of thunder, the god of rain that we have to contend with today. Currently, the god of rain. And on hole number 18, have a little bit of work left. Yeah. The downhill putt now in order to secure his par. Rather difficult flag right at the end and towards the left. So if you try and flirt with birdie, you might find yourself on the other side. Now you look at Arjun, who's been extremely impressive this week. We are not quite certain what he's done on the previous 2 holes, on 17 and 18. But he's hanging in there. So you try and post a number, that's the most important thing. Golf tournaments are not often won. Sometimes they're handed over to you as well. But of course, you have to be really good. You can have, although you never hope for that a leader or anybody else capitulates, but it is the survival of the fittest. And if he can make a birdie and post 11 under par or 12, he'll give the leaders something to think about. Let's see if Arjun can come up trumps here. Give that a good effort, so that's just going to be a par.
At some point, Shaurya, you're going to have to finish that story you started about the jackals.
Oh yeah, good for reminding. Thank you for reminding me. I think I've turned 40. Trying to forget things. It's a little too early though. Let me recall. Go back to the memory of that jackal at Royal Calcutta Golf Club. I'd actually hit the hazard on one of the par 5s and 15th. And I was deep, trying to not accept my fate. I said I'll chip it out and still try to make par from here and not take a penalty drop as you go back to Badal Hussain. No jackal worries here. Badal, the duo of rather well-performing Bangladeshi players on the DP World Tour.
Wow.
Leaving it in the jaws. So
that was hurt.
I was waiting.
Sorry.
I was looking to chip it out, and my caddy said that might not be the most prudent choice because they have a very difficult lie. It doesn't help, just take a penalty drop. And while I was there were two jackals to give me company, so I was rather scared on either side. I said, let me try and chip it out of here, but what happened? I hit that shot and it stayed inside. Then prudence took over. I tried to chip out again. I remember making more than a snowman there. Then I eventually took my medicine, came out. Then my caddy was the wise guy. He said, you should have taken my advice the first time. Now you're hitting a 6 from here. I said, yes, my friend, you indeed are a wise old man at the back. So
but you were also under pressure from all those eyes watching.
Exactly.
So
not just
you can be forgiven for that. It does happen. There is a certain amount of gallery pressure involved.
And a man who always plays to the galleries, Manu Gandas, also former number 1 and the AI favorite. Our AI model for the weather. Yes, the gods are finally smiling. You can see the sun has come through now. The rain is gone. Manu Gandas to remain at 4 under par. That shot must have looked good in the air, just veering off to the left-hand side. That pin position is rather inviting today. Well done for Manu. Also an update, Rashid Khan is at 3 under. Has made birdie on 14th and he's 5 behind. A little bit too wide a chasm at this point to try and cover up, I reckon. Ajitesh Sandhu has reeled off a few pars. There's 1 over for the day, 8 under for the tournament. Arjun Sharma to cap off another good week. Golfer plays out of Greater Noida, also known as Gautam Budh Nagar. And now look at Jamal, who's found himself in a spot of bother. What it does that if you're in the rough, especially when it's a little wet, it's difficult to try and to put any spin on it. And where the spin is, this becomes a difficult shot to get it within 15 feet. Let's see if he's able to do that. I'm not able to trace the ball on live feed 1, and it's just over the green, so it's about 15 feet, an outside opportunity for birdie, definitely, but he would have wanted to be closer. The holes are running out.
Absolutely.
And the leader is running away. It's 2 shots ahead.
It's the leader on live feed 2. A little bit of a long shot there of Shubham Jaglan. He's played some very, very steady golf after that early blip in his round, dropping a shot on his very first hole. But thereafter picking up 7 shots as he went through the day, going through the day. 600 in all for the day and 14 under par for the tournament. This Coal India Open, Tollygunge Club. Shubham Jaglan for the 5th putt. It's a long one. Almost the entire length of the green. And still pulling up a little short. That passing shower also probably having an effect on green speed. As you've seen players, Shubham did give that a fair amount of heat with his putter, but it still looked like they've come up 4 to 5 feet short. We'll have coming now off the green.
We are now live feed 2.
And looked almost like he bailed out of the shot, or he was not sure how far the ball will roll. Left him a well shot. That's not what a player with his experience in class would have wanted out of that shot. But that's the way golf goes. You have the best hit a rough patch once in a while. That's how quickly you can ride it out and come through on the other side is what separates the great from the merely good.
Must also say that Yuvraj Singh is coming along really well. Yuvraj having eagled 14, birdied 16, birdied 13. And he's 5 under for the day. He's only 4 behind. Strong player. He puts a real good hit on the board as Yuvraj. Then you have Badal at 10 under par. A quartet. And at 10 under par 4 players. Yuvraj, Arjun, Badal and Akshay Sharma.
Shit is just missing out on his putt there. Jamal Hussain, a very similar putt of his own. Jalawat on live feed 2. Looking to complete this. Difference of a very long putt.
I think this is, he already missed one on the last hole, which was an outside chance at birdie. He knows these opportunities are now gilt-edged and few and far between because this golf course doesn't offer birdie opportunities like 16th, 17th. You still have to hole a putt. 18th as well as a difficult hole. So birdie opportunities for all intents and purposes on this back nine were 10, 13, 14, 15. Of course, you can make birdies on 16, 17, but they still have to get everything right. They're not like the par 5s, hit 2 shots, get on the green and 2 putt. But I think these are the most 2 important putts we're seeing on the screen. I think this is pretty much going to decide who wins this tournament. If Shubham here on 17, not quite certain if that's for birdie or par. Jamal has missed his putt, and you miss, I hit. So this appears that, the smile tells you a little bit as well. Seems that might have been for birdie. If that's the case, he moves to 15 and 3 ahead and with 1 to play, or even 2 with 1 to play. I think it's safe to say that the ball is in Shubham Jaglan's court at this point in time. And there's not much intrigue left. There are 3 holes to go. And that will determine who is indeed going to win this tournament. The Coal India Open. The big one, ladies and gentlemen. The tour, the second half has gotten off to a rollicking start. Already had Cullen winning. And now will it be a breakthrough winner?
Wow, that was close as well. Oh, my goodness.
Now that's
Akshay just missing out there.
Is it going to be a first-time winner or the experienced campaigners behind Jamal, Yuvraj? Yuvraj as well will be a first-time winner if he is able to pull off a rabbit out of the hat. He has hole number 1, 2 and 3 to play. All the seasoned campaigners saved.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
I'm sorry sir, my mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है।
मुश्किल खड़ी है, खोले सीना, सामने चट्टान है, मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना, चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है, जिद क्या पावाली, जिद क्या पावाली, जिद क्या पावाली, जिद।
Well, back live, Shubham Jaglan, our event leader, teeing up on the 18th. He just has one more hole to go after this. Now in a very respectable 2-shot lead, headed into this closing stretch of the 1 crore rupee Coal India Open at Tollygunge Club in Kolkata. Just left himself a little bit to do over this penultimate hole, the par 3 18th, 200 plus yards. Up next, Anand Singh Alawat. Gave himself a good chance. But for now, the story seems to be about Shubham Jaglan. Young man topped the qualifying school and now looks well set for what will be a maiden TP World PGTI title. Well deserved. Came very close twice last year. 2 runner-up finishes, and he's been very, very solid, very strong performer through the day. Had an early blip, dropped a shot on his very first hole, but thereafter it has been all up. Anand Alawat looks like he's pulled a bit to the left. Next up will be Veer Alawat, former Order of Merit champion who went on to play a season on the DP World Tour in Europe. Long hitter, memorably finished the Indian Open a couple of years ago with an eagle that gave him a share of second place on the 18th hole, the DLF Golf and Country Club in Gurgaon. So a little anxious look as he follows the ball. With good reason, he's left it. So we've seen two balls go to the right, one to the left, Rahul.
We do see a lot of miss hits towards the right side. It's also the more prudent miss here on the 18th hole. Leaving it on the right side of the green gives players a little bit of room. On the left side is a downhill, a bunker, and then no space straight into the clubhouse. So probably a better place to miss it. And it's not the shortest of tee shots, right? It's about 200 yards off the tee, plus another 22 in from the front today. So it's about 210 plus yards. There we've got that leaderboard of ours. Shubham Jaglan, 14 under par. Jamal Hussain, 12 under par. Yuvraj Singh, Arjun Sharma. Om Prakash Chauhan, Akshay Sharma giving each other company at 10 under par. Of course, for those of you who are just about joining us for the final day's proceedings, this is the Coal India Open 2026 being played here at the Tollygunge Club. This is the DP World PGTI season of 2026. We are in the back nine of the season. The season is packed with lots and lots of tournaments as the players move from here, Calcutta, to Kolar, next to Bengaluru, and then to Telangana, followed by Chennai, Chhattisgarh, and then back to Bengaluru, then all the way up north to Greater Noida, and finally ending up at the DP World India Championship. They'll teach a thing or two to Tommy Fleetwood and Rory McIlroy, as well as the British Open champion of 2026 will be descending upon the Delhi Golf Club, Ryan Fox. What a brilliant lineup of players that we will be able to see. And of course, the second half of the season also remains a very interesting place to be for the players who are down on the order of merit, because they are trying to save their cards, and players after the DP World India Championship, which is 15th October to 18th October. PGTI will be hosting its qualifying school. So this year we see the qualifying school take place a bit earlier than usual, and we get upwards of hundreds of players coming in to qualify for all of 40 cards which are given away in the Q school. 16th hole, Akshay Sharma coming up, good amounts of 40 feet shot. Finding the dance floor, but a long, long way away.
Jamal is up next. He's really had his opportunities, Rahul, but a couple of times he sort of didn't make the most of them. And now he's literally final 3 holes of his run. And with Shubham Jaglan playing as strongly as he is, it's all up to Jamal to put some pressure on the leader. And unfortunately, he's not having the best of days. A little bit errant. He has said yesterday that he's very comfortable playing this course. And he started well, in fact. But somewhere down the lap, towards the back 9, for some reason, Jamal's game seems to have gone off the boil. Maybe it was a passing shot that sort of disrupted or sort of held up things for a little while. Or maybe it's just the pressure of having young guns hard on his heels. But he's now finds himself 2 shots off the pace.
Alawat chips it on here on the 18th hole and comes up just about a half a foot short for a par.
That would have been a very tasty chip in.
It's comes up short for a birdie, my apologies, and the half a foot short now is what he's left with for a par. On the left, we've got Kshitij Naved call coming up from the middle of the fairway. Anand Singh Alawat chips up, opens up that club face with the lob wedge, has really given himself a bit of a task to take care of now, about 12 feet remaining for a par. An interesting few venues here, Mr. Banerjee. We've got some new venues which have come into the back 9 of the PGTI season. We've got Royal Springs, which was last week in Srinagar. Beautiful venue, absolutely stunning. We've also seen another venue which has just been added is KGA. We haven't really seen an event there in some time, so good to see 2 really top-notch courses coming up on that calendar. And of course, Tollygunge Club has its own charm. You know, Calcutta as a city is one of those few cities which is left with a ton of culture.
Absolutely. Ton of culture, ton of history. Coffee house in Calcutta is notorious or famous, depending on which way you look at it. It was a place where lots of interesting discussion around art, culture, movies, and music has taken place over the years. A lot of political talk as well. Calcutta is famous.
Jaglan with a very rhythmical putting stroke there.
He's now, all he needs to do now is just bring the ship home safely. He really doesn't need to take any more risks. He has a 2-shot cushion anyway with a couple of holes to play now, probably his last hole after this. So no need to, it's now up to those who are in chase, and of course the closest, and the only one who's within has a realistic chance of catching up is Jamal Hussain, but he's also 2 shots behind. Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala, a strapping young man, has powered his way into a share of 3rd place alongside Arjun Sharma and Om Prakash Chauhan.
Since the players have, started today at a shotgun start, so everyone's going to be finishing on a different hole. This group will be moving into the first hole, which is going to be their final hole of the day. The first hole here is a par 4, 405-yard hole. The tee shot is very important. Anand Singh Alawat drops a shot here, and good attempt at making that putt. Unfortunately, it's been given more heat than required. first hole, as I was mentioning, requires a top-notch tee shot for the players. They will have to hit a 3-wood or a driver, whatever they choose to hit off the tee. And you need to be in the fairway if you want to have any shot at that green. And that's what the players will have to do. And hopefully these leaders do find that. And that is us, Rahul Bajaj and Rahul Banerjee on the screen that you saw. And back to Anand Singhalavat, the prettier one.
But that's so true of every hole on this course, Rahul. Leaving the fairway is lethal. I mean, you've seen it time and again. You lose both distance and direction because the rough is really thick. B, it's soaked. So the two factors working against you if you leave the fairway. And I think one reason why Jamal is where he is because at least 3 times over the last 6 holes, he has found his tee shot off the short grass. And he certainly has had his opportunities. We can't feel too disappointed. We shouldn't be too hard on himself. It was never an easy ask. And Shubham actually has played exceptional golf. After that first hole where he dropped a shot, the second hole on this course, but that was his opening essay for the day. He has been absolutely spot on. Taken his chances where he could, played conservative where he needed, and he's now literally 400 yards away from what should be his maiden DP World PGTI title. Well deserved it if it so turns out. There's always this commentator's curse that hangs over players, so I think we'll stop talking about that for now and just hope for the best. Kshitij now with call on screen.
Kshitij, of course, trying to stick around in the top 10, currently 9 under par for the tournament. And as we speak of the Coal India Open 2026, ladies and gentlemen, Coal India Limited is the state-owned coal mining corporation in India and a single largest coal producing company in the world. Coal India alone contributes to around 75% of India's entire coal production. Kshitij Naved call there, tapping it in on that whole. Formed in November 1975, Coal India started its journey with a modest coal production of 79 million tons. The company has produced 768 million tons of coal in 25-26 financial year and is committed to meet 815 million tons of coal production target for 26-27 financial year. It operates its coal mines in 8 states of India and has 13 subsidiary companies, namely the ECL, Eastern Coalfields Limited, Bharat Coking Coal Limited, BCCL, Central Coalfields Limited, Western Coalfields Limited, Southeastern Coalfields Limited, Northern Coalfields, Mahanadi, Central Mine Planning and Design Institute Limited, CIL, and trying to mine some himself, Om Prakash Chauhan. That's going to be a tough second shot there for the former PGTI Tour number 1. Also, Bharat Coal Gasification and Chemicals Limited, Coal Gas Limited, and CIL Rajasthan Akshay Urja Limited. So, 13 subsidiary companies. In India, where 70% of the total electricity generation is coal-based, Coal India virtually empowers the nation's power sector. Coal India's supplies to the power sector exceeds 80% of its entire coal supply. That's quite the number.
Yes,
Saptak Talwar, current number 1 on the PGTI's order of merit, sticking around at 9 under par for the tournament, 1 under par for the day. Saptak Talwar on the 18th hole is final hole of the day. Can he close with a birdie here on the long par 3? Saptak Talwar just about crawling up onto the front edge. Long way away from that hole. It's a 60-footer coming up for him.
Interestingly, Rahul, for what is essentially a very short course in the modern context, Dolly has got, I think, at least 2 par 3s out of the 5 that are in excess of 200 yards. So it's a little interesting little piece of information for those intending to have a round at this beautiful venue.
Challenging par 3s over here, though, yes. Whether you're able to have a good round at the par 3s or not, you should still be able to enjoy the food at the Shamiana, which is absolutely stellar. And Ajitesh Sandhu, not quite having the day he would have hoped for, comes up on the frontage, about a few yards short. We'll have to contend with making an up and down. 2 shots down to the course today is Sandhu at 7 under par. And Karthik Singh, lone bogey on that scorecard so far, 5 under par for the day, 6 under par for the tournament, has jumped up 14 spots. A big jumper also by Yuvraj Singh, 15 spots up today. Arjun Sharma, 5 spots up today. So really quite making it the moving day. And Shubham Jaglan, of course, moved up just 4 shots, but playing an absolutely scintillating round, trying to capture his win here on the DP World PGTI.
So we're now on the final hole of our event leader, who did drop a shot just before he made the turn back. Remember, this is a day we've seen a shotgun start by the field in an effort to beat the weather, beat the rain, and make sure things get done in good time. So Shubham Jaglan teed off from hole number 2, and he is, as you see on your picture, currently 13 under, 1 shot ahead of Jamal Hussain, who is in turn 2 strokes up the road from Yuvraj Singh, Arjun Sharma, Om Prakash Chauhan and Akshay Sharma. There's a nice big bunch there, sharing 3rd place. Behind them, Rashid Khan, Badal Hussain, Saptak Talwar, and Kshitij Navid Kaur. So, sending up a fairly tight leaderboard, Rahul. It was looked like at one point Jamal would get away from the field, then it looked like Shubham would get away from the field, but in the end, it probably come down to just being 1 shot.
You think it could be a playoff, Rahul, because you've got only 1 shot that right now separates Jamal and Shubham, and it's not the easiest of holes.
Well, I think it all really, I'm sorry, they'll all depend on how well they've fared on their respective tee shots, really. Shubham on tee number 1 and Jamal on 18. Yesterday, remember, Jamal was very fortunate on 18. He hit a boundary wall and bounced back into contention, otherwise he would have dropped a shot. So he did call it his lucky break. So let's see what today has in store for him.
Well, it's golf has a way of becoming interesting right towards the end of a tournament. While Jaglan enjoyed a 2-shot and a 3-shot lead just a few moments ago with 1 hole to play, they only have 1 shot separating them. Ladies and gentlemen, hold your seats tight, as are we, as we wait with bated breath to find out who is going to be the victor here at the Coal India Open 2026. A second tournament on the back half of the PGTI season.
That shot gives you a very good idea of how difficult it is at points in this course. Leaving the fairway is so hard, and which is why Shubham Jaglan is so well placed, right in the heart of the fairway. He's 1 stroke away from finding the green on what will be his final hole.
He knows the importance of this. This is for his maiden title here on the DP World PGTI. An important shot here to find the dance floor. A great ball striker is Jaglan. And what a great shot here for the final hole for Shubham Jaglan, the hole which will decide his fate for this event. His maiden title is on the line.
That should pretty much seal it for the young man, Rahul, though until, like he keeps saying, until it ain't over till the fat lady sings. and he still has to complete that putt, which will be a birdie putt. And we are yet to see what has transpired with his closest pursuer, Jamal Hussain, who's now one shot behind, having pulled back to level par for the day. Shubham Jaglan 5 under for the day and 13 under for the tournament. In the lead, Jamal Hussain on 12 under par is his closest pursuer with a nice healthy bunch sharing third place. 4 players: Yuvraj Singh of Kapurthala, Greater Noida, Arjun Sharma, Om Prakash Chauhan from Mao, and Akshay Sharma from Chandigarh, all sharing third place now. In this lucrative tournament, 1 crore rupees is the prize purse for this Coal India Open at the Tollygunge Club in Kolkata. And we are walking you through the finals, closing stages of what would have been the 4th day. Unfortunately, it is the 3rd round, thanks to the weather. Very heavy rain slowing up proceedings at the Coal India Open, but finally we are in the final stages of this.
What a beautiful venue this has been. Absolutely scintillating conditions, lush conditions. The greens have been true to form, and that has really helped the players to shoot good numbers. You know, at the end of the day, having turf which helps you to trust your shots, trust your putts, is so essential for the players to put up a good show, and that's what we have seen. Tolly giving us a great track to play, and is a testimony to what true greens we have seen this week. Akshay Sharma being able to trust that long attempt, not quite making it to the bottom of the cup, but that ball rolled fantastically end over end.
And that was a long putt, 40, 50 feet, had to cross a ridge, and in terms of distance, he got it absolutely right. She says, Navid Kaul is up next on live feed 1. On live feed 2, it is Anand Singh Lawat back in the thickets. Rough here actually being very, very penal this week. Up next, I think, Rahul, it's another venue which is fairly new to the PGTI, the Zion Hills near Bangalore in Kolar. It has recently been expanded to 18 holes. And the back 9 has been added about 2 years ago. So that will be another very interesting venue. Then, of course, like you said, the Karnataka Golf Association course in Bangalore, which the PGTI is returning to after a break. Terrific course, challenging.
The players do mention that the back 9 of the Zion Hills is very challenging. It's and if the wind picks up, it's absolutely monstrous kind of a track, and we saw that last year. What a brilliant shot here by Veer Lawat.
Beautiful.
You know, just nearly holding that attempt from the bunker. And on live feed 1, we've got Kshitij Navid Kaul trying to roll a putt in and trying to get one back from the course. Actually, he's 1 over par and 9 under par for the tournament. Hasn't quite had the final round that he would have hoped for, and a nice attempt yet again. It's been tournament was cut down short to 54 holes owing to torrential rains on day 2, wherein only half the field could finish the round. In fact, even some portion of the first half of the tee-offs could not be finished, and players came back on day 3 to play the second round to complete it, and a cut was applied at 1 over par. 57 players made it through, and here we are now with 54 holes of the tournament, the last 18 holes being played today. Shubham Jaglan leading the way by a shot, and he has put himself into pole position, and Jamal Hussain, the overnight leader, not quite finding his form today. He hasn't quite done justice on this final day. Another great attempt by Anand Singh Lawat. Really does pack a punch behind it, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was probably Jamal's last realistic chance of catching the leader. He's 1 shot behind, but Jaglan has lined himself up very nicely for what should be a birdie putt with that beautiful approach.
Another beautiful view here eerily of this golf course, and that what we saw was first hole green. Brilliantly lush conditions, and of course, a big thank you also to the DP World PGTI umbrella sponsor being DP World, a global trade company, and big thanks to the tour partners Amul, Axis Bank, Amrutanjan, Enerlite, Air India Group, Kalyani, Campa. It's been a fantastic journey partnering with these companies as we take a look at Shubham Jaglan, who's putting for a birdie here on hole number 1, his 18th hole of the day. And Jaglan for his maiden title, 14 under par. Shubham Jaglan, the player who has had a superb amateur career, played a lot in America, collegiate golf, and also holds a card to the PGA Tour Americas, gets his maiden title here at the Coal India Open 2026 at a score of 14 under par. And Jamal Hussain, his closest competitor, has just finished 17 and it's left with 2 shots to catch up with a hole to play.
Shubham being congratulated by Veer Alawat, of course, who knows a thing or two about winning himself. Anand Alawat now with his final act safely in the cup, and that's it for this group. Now we just wait for Jamal Hussain, who will be playing the 18th and final hole of his round. Of course, today being a shotgun start, so you've seen this group which started on hole number 2, finishing on hole number 1.
And there we have it.
Some celebrations have begun.
So the rains weren't enough.
Fairly sedate, it's just water. So Shubham doesn't need too much of shampoo after this.
So sober afternoon.
It's sober afternoon by the looks of it. And yeah.
We have cap removal, a bit of a water splash. Congratulations to Shubham Jaglan, man with a maiden title. Brilliant showing here by Shubham. His father has been on the bag supporting him, and his father, of course, has supported him for all of his golfing journey and will continue to do so. Shubham, of course, coming from humble backgrounds, has seen a lot of support from the Golf Foundation and has had superb career so far. What a great journey it has been. I'm sure kids can learn a lot from Shubham's journey. Beautiful showing it has been. And we just wait for all of the players to finish before we move to the post-round show.
Popular man, Rahul, getting lots of people coming across to congratulate Shubham there. And like you said, he does owe a lot to the Golf Foundation, Amit Luthra being a key part of his early growth, supported by the foundation for many, many years before he went to the United States for collegiate, for the studies. And a well-deserved win. I mean, if you look at the fact that on a day like this where people are dropping shots by the dozen, he's played probably one of the most steady rounds and had a bogey to start with and a bogey on his penultimate hole, but all's well that ends well with a birdie on hole number 1, which was his final hole. Shubham Jaglan, quite fittingly the winner of this Coal India Open by what will be in the end a comfortable 2-shot margin, considering it was rain reduced, cut to 54 holes, round 2 actually stretching itself all the way towards the end of day 3, which meant that this tournament would be contested over 54 holes. And there is your champion in the light shirt walking across. To confirm, on your screens now, Shubham Jaglan on 14 under par. Jamal Hussain with 1 hole to play, but is 2 strokes in arrears. Yuvraj Singh also with 1 hole to go. Arjun Sharma with 2 holes to go, but this is all more or less what it will look like at the end. So you have an outright winner, Shubham Jaglan on 14 under par. Jamal Hussain almost done with his essay 12 under, but pretty much secure in second place. Yuvraj Singh, Arjun Sharma, Akshay Sharma, three-way tie for third. Rashid Khan, Badal Hussain, Om Prakash Chauhan, Kshitij Navid Kaur. All bunched in there, and which probably in all of this up and down that's been going on around on the leaderboard, we find Shaurya Bhattacharya finds himself back, I think, in the top 10 as well.
Well, what a journey it has been for Jaglan, born in Istarana in the Panipat district. His father is a milkman by profession, and his family practices Pehelwani, as do many people in Haryana. And
he certainly wrestled the heck out of this course, Rahul.
Absolutely, and his, what a great journey it has been, coming from Istarana now. Went on to win the Junior World Championship in 2015, after which he was recipient of the Emerging Player Award and Margdarshan Awards by NDTV, and thereafter, he was spotted by the Golf Foundation a few years before that, and he was a gentleman who started a golf academy in his village, where he was enrolled into by his grandfather, and against the wishes of his family, he continued playing. And the academy, though shut down, his father actually made with greens on his own land, and let Shubham practice over there. And now Shubham all the way went on to play collegiate golf in the United States, went on to gain himself a card to the PGA Tour Americas, and here we are now, his maiden title on the Professional Golf Tour of India, the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India, at a score of 14 under par. What a great journey it has been, and this is what makes sports what it really is.
Truly, behind every player, every athlete, every performer, there's such a deep stories of sacrifice and by parents, well-wishers, supporters. Jamal Hussain disappointed to finish what will be second ultimately. I think that part you just saw on screen, probably summing up his day, just a little too, just not enough. And unfortunately, he was up against someone who was in absolutely red-hot form. Shubham Jaglan finishing with a 6 under par for the day and 14 under for the tournament.
Let's take a look at the wedge works by Kshitij on the final hole of the tournament for him. See if Kshitij can finish in style. Very much a makeable chip-in opportunity for a man as astute as him. Unfortunately, what a great try there by Kshitij Navid Kaur.
Ball just refusing to find the cup. Rahul, yesterday we had a number of chip-ins, including 2 by Jamal, which he said really lifted his momentum and gave him a lot of hope coming into today's final day. But in the end, I think just a little bit short of what was needed. And then, like we said, congratulations to Shubham Jaglan on his maiden DP World PGTI victory. He did win the qualifying school earlier in the year to seal his card. Now he's pretty much sealed his status as well.
Akshay Sharma, currently at 10 under par, trying to roll yet another one. If he can hold this putt, he could finish solo at third position, currently tied alongside Yuvraj Singh and Arjun Sharma. Oh my goodness, what a great putt. Hit right in the middle of that flagstick and veered away. Oh my goodness.
Even Kshitij Navid Kaur was a little shocked at what happened. He is holding his face and oh my goodness, how can that happen? Really unfortunate. But he did give it everything. And like you said, in hunt search for that sole third place, which would have been a fairly lucrative payoff as well. But that's the game. Margins between heartbreak and celebrations are razor thin many a time. Jamal said no with his final putt. He's had a day to forget. He would have didn't play badly, but didn't play well enough. I think is how you could sum it up. So he's now wants to make doubly sure that there is no further damage to his card. This is a par putt on his final hole. So that guarantees his second place finish.
Jamal Hussain didn't quite have the showing that he would have liked on the final day. That I think what really derailed him today was that first bogey that he made on the 11th hole. Where he got it out of the bunker and then gave it that little body English on that putt, and that's the one where it started his sort of derail, and from there he lost another shot on hole number 12, missing another putt, which is very unlike him. And that got him all slowed down. Any player would sort of get on their back foot after that. There we can see the disappointment in Jamal. Of course, expectations are always there in the heart. No matter how zen players might appear on the course, there is always desire in there and hunger in there. And there we have it, the DP World PGTI. This was the Coal India Open.
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है.
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद.
For the past 50 years, we at Coal India have been shaping India's energy landscape and contributing to a brighter, greener tomorrow. We look forward to making every year of the next 50 years even more promising than the last.
New feels good. New feels good. So true. This new feels good.
Post the final round here of the Coal India Open 2026, ladies and gentlemen. Joining you now will be GS Vivek and the CEO of the PGTI, Mr. Amandeep Johal.
Down the showers and the sun over here, we've managed to finally unearth a diamond from this particular Tollygunge Golf Club. I've got the CEO of DP World PGTI, Mr. Amandeep Johal, to join me for the post-match show. Sir, first of all, congratulations that we finally managed to finish a tournament and unearth a champion.
Well, Vivek, playing 54 holes, unfortunately couldn't play 72, but the way the weather was and the way the heavens opened up in the second day and then continued during the third day, I was very worried whether we are going to even have a tournament.
Yeah.
But I think the weather gods were kind this morning. We started a shotgun start for all of the 18 holes and we were able to finish 54 holes, and I'm actually so happy and proud that we've actually unearthed a champion. Shubham Jaglan, he came to India after spending, his college life in southern Florida, in Tampa. We have huge hopes from this fine young man. He won the qualifying school in Ahmedabad. And he's had a couple of runner-up finishes, a third finish. So, he has been knocking on the door of victory. and I'm so glad that he's finally won in Tollygunge Club and the Coal India Open.
Yeah, I still remember Amandeep talking about Shubham at the Trident Open in Chandigarh when he came onto this DP World Tour, and he said, watch out for this kid, and we did, right? He came today, all guns blazing. Nobody expected him. We all thought it would be a Kshitij versus Jamal, and then Shubham came on from nowhere and had a fantastic final day today.
Fantastic. I think probably just one blemish he has on the 18th hole. All 3 days, you know, he made a bogey on the 18th. Probably that hole doesn't set for him, but an eagle and so many birdies. He finished on the first hole, that was his 18th, and he finished in style with a nice birdie. 6 under par on the last day. I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, just tell us more about Shubham Jaglan, because that's what everyone wants to know. I believe his father is traveling with him. He's on the bag with him, is it?
You know, Shubham is a absolute child prodigy. You know, Delhi Golf Club has nurtured him for his entire life. They've given him playing facilities. They actually funded most of his education from India in the University of Southern Florida in Tampa. So, you know, he showed signs of excellence right from when he was a kid. Won pretty much every World Junior title when he was. Unfortunately, had a back injury when he was, you know, during his adolescence years, probably from, you know, a little bit of neglect, maybe over golfing. But, you know, we were very sad when we heard about his golf back injury. He had a fracture in his spine, but fortunately that got sorted out. And he completed his degree in America, which is phenomenal. You had a full scholarship. He completed his degree, went on and qualified in the PGA Tour of Americas, played a few seasons in Canada, came and qualified for the, you know, at the qualifying school in Ahmedabad, won it in style. And we thought, you know, he's going to go all guns blazing. He's had a fine year, but not what we were expecting, you know, from Shubham Jaglan. But thank God he's got the monkey off his back.
Yeah, exactly.
In Tollygunge. You know, the good part is he spent the entire summer, went back into America, worked with his coach. You see, that shows the importance of how big DP World PGTI is becoming. You know, the back half, we've announced 9 tournaments, finalizing with the Tour Championship, the Kapil Dev Invitational in Delhi. And the biggest announcement was the Race to DP World PGTI, Race to DP World India Championship, which is the season finale. The top 24 on the order of merit will get a chance to play the DP World India Championship in Delhi, at Delhi Golf Club from the 15th through 18th of October. And the order of merit winner of the DP World PGTI will be crowned that week. So that is a huge bonus in a $4 million tournament to play with the superstars. In the, you know, I think that is something that all these players are working for. We've got the top 24 order of merit happening, and each week it is changing, and players are going to work very hard for it.
And it means a lot to see Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy coming to Delhi and playing on this particular tour, and our own gems over here on the DP World Tour competing alongside them.
We've got a full range of champions. Ryan Fox, in fact, you know, we were fortunate for the DP World India Championship. We had signed up Ryan Fox before he won the Open Championship. So, you know, two major champions playing in Delhi. We hoping that Aaron Rai, probably there are news that maybe he comes, but we've got Justin Rose. So an array of major champions, 2 reigning champions, major champions playing at Delhi Golf Club. I think it's going to be huge.
This aside, Amandeep, could you just tell us, whenever we talk about the DP World Tour, we talk about OP, our first success story, we're talking about Veer, we're talking about Manu Gandas, right now we're talking about Yuvraj Sandhu, but how much it means to the tour, as a CEO for you, when a youngster like Shubham Jaglan comes up and gives all these reputation a run for their money?
Absolutely. I think, you know, we are looking at all these players now my main aim is how do I make sure that Indian players or Indian professional golfers are competing at the highest level. So, you know, the DP World PGTI is starting a program where we will fund our players to go and play on the qualifying school. We will cover their expenses when they play abroad in India. And the Tournament Players Committee has come up with a program where these guys don't have to, whoever's playing abroad, don't have to compete in the minimum number of tournaments. So from our side, we are doing as much as we can to ensure that the Indian players not just stay at home, not just support the DP World PGTI, but they also go and play abroad. And when they are playing abroad, they carry the, you know, the name of DP World PGTI on their chest and be proudly represent the country. So we want them to qualify for the Olympics, get more world ranking points. We, on our part, we are trying to get obviously the DP World Tour events, which is the Indian Open as well as the DP World India Championship, is going to give us a lot of world ranking points. We also have two Hotel Planner Tour events, which is the European Challenge Tour events before the Indian Open next year, which we had this year as well. And we are also in talks with the Asian Tour to get a couple of ADT events into India, all under the DP World PGTI umbrella, so that my players can play higher world ranking point events and qualify for bigger tours.
Well, he spoke about so much, but let me just tell you that before the Olympics, we have the Asian Games and we've got 3 stars, Veer Elawat, Saptak Talwar and Yuvraj Sandhu representing India for the Asian Games, which is going to happen next month.
Absolutely. I think the whole country's hopes are on all these 3 fine young men to bring us the golds. There's the team gold, there's individual gold on offer. And, you know, India has shown that in the 1982 Asian Games, they lifted the team trophy as well as won the gold and silver medals individual. So anything can happen. These guys have the ability. They just need to set their mind and do a 1983 moment for us.
Absolutely, and you know, that's what the heavens are telling us, that you have enough. I was relenting for you guys so that you can get your tournament complete, and now it started to drizzle again. So now it's over to the highlights and then to the presentation.
Thank you.
All right, not bad.
Not bad.
Back here with the highlights. That's Shubham Jaglan hitting off that shot, and Saptak Talwar, DP World PGTI's #1 player right now. That was his attempt on the par 5 coming up from the rough. He did fairly brilliantly. And Jamal Hussain, of course, lots of body English we see from him. Great chip here, using the slope to get closer to the hole. And Akshay Sharma, he's had quite a showing. Was missed right after, and Mohammad Azhar coming up short over here. But Jamal, that was the other putt that he missed, and these 2 back-to-back blemishes cost him. Yuvraj Singh, there we've got the winner. Shubham Jaglan, he uses only one hand to chip. If he used 2 of them, he'd probably make it into the hole every time. Yuvraj Singh here again on the first hole, a great attempt for a birdie, running that one by, and there you have the body English. Jamal coming up on the short par 4, going just over the green, but still makeable opportunity. And Jaglan, red hot with his putter today, 6 under par on that scorecard on the final day for Shubham Jaglan to finish at 14 under par for the tournament, a befitting winner of this championship. Akshay Sharma, a man who is really, really good with the flat stick, and there you can see it. Burning edges. Jamal Hussain trying to find the cup. This was the winning putt by Shubham Jaglan, a player who comes from Israna in the Panipat region. Had his father on his bag. Veer Elawat congratulating him for his maiden title. Shubham Jaglan, the win club has been fantastic for the players. Conditions have been absolutely fantabulous. The rain gods, of course, showered the players with much of love. And owing to that, the tournament was cut short to 54 holes.
Also, a word, Rahul, to the greenskeepers and the staff, for despite all that the heavy amount of rain that we had between late on day 1, day 2, day 3, to have presented the course in the condition that we did see it. And remember, there were a lot of birdies made on this last day. So kudos to the club and its greenskeepers and staff as well. They actually gave the DP World PGTI a terrific, despite all the calamities that happened en route.
Oh, certainly, and just have a look at those conditions are right there for our viewers to see. What even the way the grass has been cut on those fairways, it's pretty much done to perfection, just like Shubham Jaglan's game. What a beautiful week this has been here for the second tournament of the second half of the DP World PGTI season at the Tollygunge Club. What a great city of joy. Calcutta, what a great host they have been. And of course, like Mr. Banerjee was saying earlier, the Tollygunge Club not only is a great club for sports, they also serve some brilliant food. And I myself have had the great fortune of trying out the various restaurants that are within that compound. What a beautiful tournament, beautiful week, and a great venue.
There's a metaphysical aspect to it all. Look at this. The sun is out after days and days of heavy cloud, rain, and it's a sunrise of a new career. I mean, isn't this beautiful? This is brilliant. I mean, the way it's all come together. Shubham Jaglan, his first major win, his first big title, and the sun comes up to say hello and well done. And you can't ask for anything better than this round. Look at this.
Well, Nazariya bhi maine rakhta hai, and that's where you step in and show us this the bright side of things, as does the sun.
I hope Calcutta also, Kolkata also wishes Shubham well with hearty helping of Rashogolla and Mishti Doi, which is the most symbolic representation of Kolkata. And maybe some Ruchi and Aloo Shubji is again a great combination to round off a day like this with.
Seems like you have a pair of foodies in here.
My personal preference, of course, has always been the Kosha Mangsho, but I'm not sure what Shubham's dietary preferences are. So we are playing safe and saying, Aloo Shubji and Ruchi is a it's truly a great combination. Maybe some payesh on the side to sort of make it a true celebration for the young man, and we wish him well. The first step of what should be a very long career, even with his slightly unique one-handed chip, but a fitting winner, definitely, Rahul.
Absolutely, and talking about playing it safe from the commentary box about the dietary preferences, I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that you do not reach a score of 14 under par in 3 rounds if you were playing safe. So kudos to Shubham Jaglan for that beautiful showing, rounds of 67, 65, and today's 6 under par, which is a 64. Brilliant showing. Jamal Hussain from Bangladesh, who's shot rounds of 65, 63, and even past 70 today, and finished at a total score of 12 under par by himself at second position. Yuvraj Singh, Arjun Sharma, Akshay Sharma rounding up third spot at 10 under par. Rashid Khan, Badal Hussain, Om Prakash Chauhan, Kshitij Naved Kaul, all of them rounding up the 6th position, all the way tied up till the 9th at 9 under par. And what a great tournament this has been. So it seems like another update has come up on that leaderboard, and perhaps I was wrong in that roundup. As the scorecards have been submitted, Yuvraj Singh, Shaurya Bhattacharya, Arjun Sharma, and Akshay Sharma have finished at a tie for third position. Shaurya Bhattacharya has caught up on all the drop shots that he had on the course.
There was a late birdie burst from him, Rahul.
Yes, and thank God for that. And he's finished up at third position alongside Yuvraj Singh. So, ladies and gentlemen, some of the updates can be a little delayed from us, and we do apologize for that. Please wait around as we wait for the prize presentation to begin, and you must be present here to congratulate the winner, Shubham Jaglan, on his maiden title. Your support means the world to the players.
Driver.
Dude, that is
Hey,
disgusting.
man, also in the league, I play for the Calcutta team. Hi guys, I'm Anga Chima, a professional on the PGTI.
I'm also a professional on the PGTI, Kuichiro Sato.
Firstly, welcome to the inside the DP World PGTI. We're going to go ahead with a challenge which Koi is going to explain.
One hole, one club. We're going to pick our destiny right now, and that's it.
Did you were close. You were close. Driver.
Oh my god. He's like right in the middle of the fairway.
That's a big pitching wedge, man.
I try to thin it. Go!
I will have a pitch with a driver.
Look, pump one.
Yeah.
Pump one? No pump one.
Good
Sit,
shot.
sit.
1 second. If I hit the bunker, am I going to have to play with a
100%.
driver?
Yeah, it's one club challenge.
I think he socked it.
Don't hit it. Don't hit it! How does it hit it? That was going in!
Oh, what a punch!
What a freaking putt.
I think we just too good. We should call it quits right here.
Done?
Even.
Even?
Yeah, we go eat a lunch together.
Yeah. I appreciate
I
you,
love
bro.
that. Driver.
Dude, that is disgusting.
Also in the league, I play for the Calcutta team. Hi guys, I'm Anga Chima, a professional on the PGTI.
I'm also a professional on the PGTI, Kuichiro Sato.
Firstly, welcome to the inside the DP World PGTI. We're going to go ahead with a challenge which Koi is going to explain.
One hole, one club. We're going to pick our destiny right now, and that's it.
Did you guys? You were close. You were close. Driver.
Oh my God. He's like right in the middle of the fairway.
That's a big pitching wedge, man.
I try to thin it. Go!
I will have a pitch with a driver.
Pump one.
Yeah.
Pump one? No pump one.
Good shot.
Sit.
1 second. If I hit the bunker, am I going to have to play
100%.
with a driver?
Yeah, it's one club challenge.
I think he socked it.
Don't hit it. Don't hit it. How does it hit it? That was going in.
Oh, what a punt!
What a freaking punt.
I think we're just too good. We should call it quits right here.
Done?
Even.
Even?
Yeah, we go eat a lunch together.
Yeah. Even. I appreciate
I
you,
love
bro.
that.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T. Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and golf enthusiasts. We welcome you to the prize presentation ceremony of the Coal India Open 2026. Can I have your attention, please? At the end of 4 days of pulsating golf, we gather here to celebrate the top performers. We had several rain interruptions, but the weather gods were finally kind to us as we got in 3 rounds at the end. A big shout out to the greenskeeping staff led by Gaurav Pundir and Anand, as well as the DP World PGTI's tournament director Randeep Lathar and all the other referees for the great job done by them despite the challenges posed by the weather. The tournament featured some outstanding performances by the likes of Om Prakash Chauhan, Ajitesh Sandhu, Shaurya Bhattacharya, Kshitij Naveed Kaul, Jamal Hussain, Akshay Sharma, Saptak Talwar, Shubham Jaglan and Yuvraj Singh, to name a few. At the end we had the most deserving winner. Now, to start off proceedings, I'd like to invite the following dignitaries here for the prize presentation. Mr. Amandeep Johal, CEO DP World PGTI, Mr. Hitesh Gurtu, Captain Tollygunge Club, and Brigadier Ganapati, CEO and Managing Member Tollygunge Club. We will start off with the plaque presentation ceremony, and I would request Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly present a plaque on behalf of DP World PGTI as a token of appreciation to Mr. Hitesh Gurtu, who will receive it on behalf of Tollygunge Club. I would now request Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you, Nikhil. I think I've addressed the gathering enough. This has been a fantastic week. For my professionals, it's always a pleasure to come back to Tollygunge Club. Amazing hosts, amazing city of Kolkata, sweet people. I mean, we love the food, we love the people, we love the golf, we love the golf courses, and we love Tollygunge Club. A big shout out to Coal India for supporting this tournament. I think the support of public sectors for any sport, and golf in particular, because is very important for us. And thank you very much, Coal India. Unfortunately, the management couldn't join us, but thank you very, very much from DP World PGTI, from my president, Mr. Kapil Dev, the entire board, and the players. We thank you for your support, and we hope that this will become an annual event. Thank you very much. The quality of golf is improving every year, every week. I'm particularly glad about this week's winner. Shubham Jaglan is very close to my heart. I've seen him since he was a little boy. He won world championships in every category on the juniors and world juniors. And we were very sad when he had an unfortunate injury in a few years back. But then he went on to America to be in Florida in the university in Tampa, and from then on he's not looking back. He won the qualifying school, he had great top finishes, and finally a title under his belt. Well done, Shubham. Really proud of you. To hold back Jamal Hussain is no easy feat, and I think this week was particularly a strong field. Why is this field very strong? Because we are now playing for Race to DP World India Championship. That is going to be the greatest competition for all of India's professionals. $4 million in prize money. October 15 to 18, the entire world will be looking at India. And we've got two reigning major champions already confirmed. Rory McIlroy, twice Masters winner. Ryan Fox, in fact, we had signed up Ryan Fox before he won the Open Championship. Justin Rose and many, many more who are going to be playing. So I think the entire world is going to be looking at India, and I'm hoping that Indian players are going to perform very well during the DP World India Championship. Prior to that, we have our Indian squad going for the Asian Games, so all of us are going to root for them to win and bring the gold medal. So thank you again for having us here this week, and we look forward to coming back. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Mr. Hitesh Gurtu to kindly share his thoughts.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm stumped actually because I wasn't expecting this. Thanks, Nikhil. I think a big round of applause to each and every player here. I think it wasn't easy under the conditions. Well played, boys. It would be incomplete if I don't thank Gaurav and his team for a fantastic course provided for the tournament. And as Mr. Amandeep said, Tolly is like, he loves Tolly. I think it's very reciprocal. And we consider PGTI as one of our own tournaments. So, having said that, all the best to guys for your future rounds, and look forward to hosting you again in the first half. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to the announcement of the Most Birdies contest, the Air India Maharaja Club Most Birdies, and I would now like to invite Mr. Rajkumar Bhattacharya, State Head Corporate Sales and TMC East India from Air India, to kindly present the prize to the winner of the Most Birdies contest.
I want to thank Air India. Sorry, I didn't thank you. This is such a special prize for all my professionals. Air India is going to give 100,000 miles. You know how long it takes to get 100,000 miles. So every week, DP World PGTI professional will earn 100,000 miles for the maximum number of birdies scored. Not eagles, but birdies. And this is a fantastic prize. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The winner is set to receive 1 lakh Air India Maharaja Club loyalty points. And there was a tie. Equal number of birdies by Shubham Jaglan, Kshitij Naveed Kaul and Shaurya Bhattacharya, 17 birdies, but number of eagles was the tiebreaker. Any guesses who wins it? Shubham Jaglan with 2 eagles is the winner. Congratulations to Shubham. Request all our players to kindly download the Air India Maharaja Club app and register themselves as Maharaja Club members at the earliest. Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya. Moving on to the hole-in-one announcement. We had a hole-in-one this week by Om Prakash Chauhan on the 8th in round 1. I would request Mr. Hitesh Gurtu and Brigadier Ganapati to kindly present the hole-in-one prize jointly to Om Prakash Chauhan. Finally, we move on to the runner-up prize, and I would request Mr. Hitesh Gurtu to kindly present the runner-up prize to our runner-up this week, Jamal Hussain, with scores of 63, 63 and 70 for a total of 12 under 198. Jamal says he feels quite at home here because of the language he speaks. And now finally our grand prize. I would request Mr. Amandeep Joel to kindly honor the winner. And his first title this week, Shubham Jaglan. He's finally broken the door open. 67, 65, 64 for a total of 14 under 196. All the way from Haryana. The winner receives the trophy and the winner's check worth rupees 15 lakh.
I think we need to get your dad in here. Jakpal.
Jakpal ji.
Jakpal. Oh yes, there you go. Thank you.
It's now time for the customary winner speech, so would request Shubham to kindly address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here. Firstly, I'd like to thank DP World PGTI and Coal India Limited for being the title sponsor this week, as well as all the sponsors of the tour. We really appreciate your support. I'd like to thank the Tollygunge Club for hosting us. The staff was awesome all week. I had great interactions with all the members as well. So thank you for hosting us. Next, I'd like to thank all my sponsors, my whole team, my coaches. Professional golf is very tough, and I would not have been able to achieve this without their support. Obviously, I'd like to thank my family. They've supported me since day one. My dad was on the bag this week. And thank you to the live media team. My mom was watching from back home. So it's really special that I get to share this with them. I'd like to thank all my friends, everyone that came up to me. It felt awesome to share this with them. And yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations to our young champion. And finally, before we wrap up, we'd like to thank our event title partner Coal India Limited, host venue Tollygunge Club, DP World PGTI's umbrella partner DP World, Mr. Gaurav Pundir and Mr. Anand for the course, all players, referees and officials, and the media for supporting the event with great coverage. And a big thank you to our tour partners Amul, Axis Bank, Campa, Amrutanjan, Enerlite, Air India, Maharaja Club, Kalyani, Golf Plus Monthly, Golf Design India, A big thank you to Doordarshan, Waves OTT and ABP for their outstanding live telecast of the event. It's time to say goodbye to our online and TV audiences and the players. We look forward to seeing you next week at the Kolar Open at Zion Hills Golf County in Kolar, Karnataka. See you.